Hi, guys. Merry Christmas. Hope Santa Claus came to see everybody. See if I can get into this other one here. Hello. I see you, Part Jack. Did you have the best Christmas ever? I hope so. Let's put this guy on mute over here. Like this. What was your most favorite thing that happened today? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Tell me. Was it something that you ate? Was it, let's see. What do we need to put in the banner tonight? Jack, is your name Blue yet? We need to find that out too. I need to make you Blue. I have your, no, I don't. I don't have your information yet either. I need to get that. I hope you had the best day. What did you make? Did you eat anything today that was amazing? Tell me about it. Hi, Bonnie. How are you? Okay, we've got one with the name of Bonnie. No, one, the name, the banner, Tina. Kretzner. Kretzner. Is that Michael? Is that Mike? Is that you? Is that you, Farta Jack? Is that Kretzner? I'm good. Merry Christmas. Thank you for coming. How's your babies? Are they sleeping somewhere? I hope you're doing so good. I've really enjoyed spending time with y'all this Christmas season. Me. Are you, is me? Yes, is FSJ. FSJ. What is that? Let's put Veterans Mercantile on this side. What do you think? That'd be all right, right? And this one doesn't do caps. So let's do it over here. So Daddy cooked different. That's what we need to put there. No, that's the Veterans Mercantile. Daddy cooked supper tonight. He sure did. I made pies last night and I hung out in the chats and laid down to watch a Christmas movie with them and passed out like everybody knew that was going to happen, and woke up and supper was cooked and my son came and brought his beautiful lady, and that was just like shocking surprise. I wasn't expecting that, so that was super cool. And then like I had made them, a pumpkin pie for their table, and come to find out, she doesn't like pumpkin pie. So it's really cool when they get to know each other, spending time, and you get to see that stuff happen. Fart tat chat, yes. And you are Mike. I know who you are. And I'm Tina and you're Mike. Yes. Anyways, Veterans Mercantile. So they came over and I told them, take a pie to your mama, and no. And they went to see friends, and I don't know, 4 hours later, whatever, I'd laid down taking a nap. And baby comes back through the door and Daddy and I are sleeping on the couch. And he's like, Mama, you care if I get that pie? I just warmed my heart, y'all. I just had to share that. Okay. I still haven't figured this out. Cantile. This should be like cut and paste by now, but it's still not. So we're going to walk through this. What was y'all's favorite part? I want to know how y'all's day was. I'm going to get this link up and I hope you come up here. I'm working on it. Just a little time. And I know that I'm running a lag. And I want to make everybody blue. Bonnie Worley and Fartsat Jack. I want to make y'all blue so when you come in my chat, you I don't know, can do whatever you can do when it's blue. Hopefully later, the blue thing will help me to identify who can bid and not. But y'all, Daddy said something to me, and I was going back and watching Power's auctions, y'all, and Power doesn't wrench anybody unless they just are gonna, squash the nasty dirty that pops up. Just being with family is my favorite. Me too. I got to see our neighbor today too. That made me happy. Warms my heart. Yeah, so I was wondering if y'all I know not every single time, whatever, but whenever y'all are in the chat, if y'all wouldn't mind looking out for that ugliness that comes up, because I do have kiddos that come in my chat, especially over this holiday season. So I was just hoping if I could just ask a few of y'all special, been here with me since go, support me and maybe be blue. And I don't even know what that means. Like, I understand hide, and I understand time out. And so would y'all be interested in taking care of that type of thing for me? Or um, do you want a wrench? Is that something that um, sounds good to you? Okay, so I'm going to set up this banner. And first I need to get this invite taken care of. And then so copy and then put it over here. Hopefully brother has logged on and is watching from a distance. He's trying to figure it all out. YouTube's new to him. I watched YouTube for 13 years now and never understood that subscribing to someone, it propels their content in the feed forward. Fartide Jack, yeah, that's what wrenches are for. I know, Jack, I'm completely oblivious to all of this. Please excuse my ignorance. Um, would y'all could y'all help me with that? Hi, Susanna's Chronicles. Very nice to see you, girl. I hope you're having the merriest of Christmases. I hope everything went your way today. Pretty girl. I really enjoyed hanging out with you. You make me smile. You're so spicy, and I dig it. I don't have courage to just say what's on my heart. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to continue with this StreamYard dealio. And so if y'all are cool with that, I want to do the blue wrench thing. And so y'all could keep that nasty out of my chat if you don't mind helping me. Yes, please wrench me. I'll boot some. Yeah, but you aren't allowed to talk like that, Mike, because I got 9-year-old babies, right? So hi, Papa Smurf. So like there's all kinds of feeds, right? So later when I have viewers and stuff, and like I have a whole collection of brand new adult items that aren't appropriate for 9-year-old babies. And so like if I had what I saw last night in Shadows was subscribers only. And so maybe a sale like that where I could like pull out the Playboy collections and like, they're from the 60s, y'all, and they're beautiful. But I'm not going to sell them in front of a 9-year-old baby. And I want somebody to know before they get into my auction, hey, this is adult content. People are talking about adult things and responding as adults. And it's a different audience. And I'm still trying to figure out how to read the audience. Like I was blown away when that baby was in my chat, asking to have an interview with the Navy SEAL. Yes, I can do that. Was I prepared to have a 9-year-old in my chat when I'm just being myself? And I don't think I say dirty words, but I probably have dirty content, like meanings behind meanings and things. You know what I mean? So worried about that. And let me read some of this chat. Okay. My winking Ron. You're beautiful, Susanna. Thank you for coming. Okay, so we copied it to the clipboard. And now we're going to go over here. And we're going to make it a banner right there. So what was your most favorite thing that happened today? Go. Say what? 9 years old? Yeah, I was shocked. Yeah, I was a little offbeat and a little taken aback and stumbled on my words a little bit. But hello, Mike. Merry Christmas. Hi, Papa Smurf Ron. How are you? Did you sleep yet? Oh my goodness. My family let me sleep and they cooked supper for me. They're amazing. I had so much fun in Shadow's chat last night. Y'all look at my hair. It's not even dried right. Okay. Don't look at the hair. All right. What is this? I need to create a banner. Why do they keep going down and down and down? Create a banner and we'll put our little link in there. And we will paste. I'm running a terrible lag tonight, y'all. We're gonna scroll it because it's small that way and add the banner. And y'all, my tummy is so full. I ate everything. Everything was delicious. Add the banner up here to the show. Got this. Look at, what is this? Like, we got, it's something. This is, wow, it's dry. That's what it is. There's the banner in there. Here's the comments. We're gonna making my sister laugh because she was so sad. Oh my goodness. Sadness, it happens to me on the holidays. So it's real good to focus on other things than what's going on rolling around in your own head. Okay, so paste, we're gonna paste this in the comments. Boom. Y'all, come up here with me. Tell me about yourself. Coach out with Tina. My arm hurts. I'm gonna find a tripod. Okay. Ooh, that sounds good. You can make her laugh, Susanna. Yes, please. Okay. Is it what do we do about this? Maybe if I got like this, maybe that's better. What do you think? I think I need a damn pair of scissors, is what I think. That's what I think, y'all. One in the chat if Tina cuts her hair. Number two in the chat, Tina doesn't cut her hair and sticks it all on top of her head. Hi, Denise Morgan. Merry Christmas. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming and Merry Christmas. And I want to know what your favorite thing that happened today was. Mine was, it happened about, I guess, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was laughing so hard that I couldn't breathe. Like, the chat had me laughing so hard that I couldn't breathe. And it was fantastic. It's so, like, the endorphins release. Okay, now I'm working on YouTube brunches. Hi, Tina. Hi, Denise Morgan. Merry Christmas. YouTube brunches, they live over here. And we're running here. An error occurred. Okay, that's not good, probably. Let's see. Let's click this over here. And then I don't know how y'all make this look so smooth. It's just so smooth when y'all do it. Everything is just like seamless. Watching y'all do it, it gives me hope. I have hope for a better day. And this is all come together. And now we need to do wrenches. So wrenches live over here on your YouTube. And my puppies, they know that I'm on live, so they're gonna add to the content. They want everybody to know that they're there. So add moderator for Fartsat Jack. Hey there, Bonnie Worley, my girl. Merry Christmas, sweet girl. Add moderator. Y'all should be getting these in your chat screens, whatever it's called. Farts out Jack, Bonnie Worley, Susanna's Chronicles. Do you want a wrench? Because I'm going to wrench you, and if you don't want it, I'll take it off. I'm looking for folks to help me keep the ugly out of my chat. I had a 9-year-old baby come to my chat, and girl, I quit breathing. Like, I think I said some stuff. I think she's in my chat, and I made some, like, adult comments. Not really sure about that. And also, like, when we hit 100, something happened and you could like see the chat in, like, after it was a live, then it became just like a video and you could see the chat after 100. But once we dropped back down, it was like you can't see that anymore. So I think it disappeared. I'm not really sure how that works. But then again, once you lose all your content because you don't want to pay for StreamYard, and then you pay for StreamYard, and then you have all of the content back. So really not sure where it's hiding right now. But I will when I have extra time. Yeah, my kitchen sink right now is a hot mess express. I've got like at least 2 hours of dishes to do, but I'm gonna have some fun here for a second. So we got Bonnie Worley, we got Susanna's Chronicles. Make sure, nope, she's in there already. My throat is dry, y'all. I need to grab some water. Okay, Cupcake. That was cute. Fart Sack. I like that way better than some of this other stuff. Folks just don't get my name. It's real like simple and country and just agey. Just agey, and everybody sees like French stuff coming off of it. And I'm really not sure, but I like cupcake because I make cupcakes and they're yummy. Okay. No, it's good. All right. I got Susanna, I got Bonnie, got Papa Smurf Ron right here. Merry Christmas, y'all. I hope I'm not boring the tears out of you. Somebody tell me what their favorite thing that they ate today was, because mine was, of course, deviled eggs. Yes, I love deviled eggs. Papa Smurf Ron, Tina, if they are younger than 13, they are not supposed to be on a regular YouTube. Thank you, sir. I knew something fishy up there, and I asked that baby girl to get me her mama, have her mama email me. I think it was, honestly, sir, I think it was an adult trying to test me and see what's going on with me, but that's fine. I'm an open book. But I didn't think baby should be in my chat at 12:30 at night. But I have rules in my house. My kids, they call me strict. So yeah, I was that mom. Yeah, you go over, stay the night, and we got school in the morning. Yeah, we're going to bed, and it's lights out 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'm a senior, but guess what? It's 10 o'clock, and I want the lights out. You feel me? You live under my house, you follow my rules, and it's basically like that for everybody. And so they don't stay here a long time, but while they're here, they're loved and they're appreciated and they're warm and they're safe. So yeah, I'm a strict mom. I'm the mama that follows the rules outside, inside. We participate in society and we stay out of prison. And one of my babies is in prison right now. I'm very upset about that. Bad choices. Lord, I made my own bad choices. Don't we all get the opportunity? Make your own bad choices? Yes. That's going to follow that baby for the rest of his life. Hi, Tina. Merry Christmas. Hey, Ron. Papa Smurf. I'm still trying to. I feel like I talk a lot, y'all. What do y'all think? I hope my brother's in the chat hiding, watching all this. I miss you, Nicholas. Brian Hancock, happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. I hope you're eating your pot roast now. Okay. Who else we got? We got Papa. We got Bonnie. I see a new one. Denise Morgan, I'm going to throw you a wrench in here. All this is going to get all fixed and everything once I get my website secure and everything to where I can just list my auctions and people can log in and pay and put their own address. So no mistakes, no problems. All I have to do is click the button, and I'm not using eBay anymore. So all of the customer information and inventory and just basic content management will be under our care, safety, our security, our firewalls. My lips are terrible, Lord. Ladies, do Tina a favor, please, and when you see her chat lips on that screen, say, hey, Tina. You know what I'm saying? Like, just throw a check mark up there and I'll throw some lip gloss on or something. Hot Mess Express, y'all. Chap lips, dry Tennessee. What we got going on? Let's look at. I saw some Christmas lights somewhere. Anybody go see Christmas lights? One of the ladies took the Model A out to see the Christmas lights. I don't know where this was coming from. I'm gonna make somebody sick. Okay, let's get two screens up over here. Let's just check this side out. Let's get back over here in a StreamYard. So you got two apps running, y'all. StreamYard and YouTube from the same laptop computer. If you don't have a camera on your laptop, get a hold of Tina. Tina has webcams for you. Okay. So then we do the two screen thing. I got somebody in the back room. I'm hoping it's Bonnie. Bonnie.
It's
Can you hear
me.
me?
I can hear you.
Hi, honey. Oh my goodness, Merry Christmas.
You don't need the StreamYard in the banner. That would be where you put your PayPal stuff and all for your auctions.
On which side, the little bitty banner or the
That
StreamYard?
blue banner that's running across the bottom on
I'm gonna
StreamYard,
take
I'm
it off.
guessing.
I'm gonna take it off right now. Banner. It's this one at the bottom.
Yeah.
Hide.
Whenever you have an auction, you can put your PayPal information there.
That's what I'll do. And then in the banner, can they click that banner? Is that clickable?
No, it's not clickable.
Okay, so I got to figure out how to get my PayPal where they just have to click it and I'll drop it in the chat where it just goes directly. Like right now, it'll be PayPal, but later it'll be a website and it'll be different form. They're not going to expect to see a website. So just making it just that transition from my page here on YouTube to their auction, their lot with their picture of their auction, and it's already got it there, and then they just fill out their information. It'll be seamless.
Mhm. I don't know
What do
how
you
they
think
do all
about
that
that?
stuff. I don't know how they do all
Um,
that stuff. I'm not a reseller.
okay, so you're just part of our support system. Thank
I'm
you.
just a buyer. I'm not a seller.
Okay, but that's so cool because you guys are part of the way this works, the buyers. It's very important that, we pull feedback from you guys. I want to build it for you too, not just my sellers, but my buyers as well.
Hi, Ron.
So there,
And are you okay? Because you hadn't been around. I seen you yesterday, but for a couple days before that, I hadn't seen you. You okay?
Papa Ron, come on up here. Come talk to us. You are so funny. I gotta fix this camera, Miss Bonnie. This is terrible.
And
Terrible.
Susanna, I'm so glad you was able to make your sister laugh today. That's good memories right there, laughing.
Yes. They don't last forever. It's nice. Very, very nice. Spend some time with them before they pass. There's a
Hey,
whole bunch
Denise.
of there's a whole bunch of people mourning the loss of their loved ones in Kentucky. They're still looking for folks. Our community, we
Yeah,
just got, a little bit of damage, but they are suffering.
from those tornadoes. Yeah.
Yeah, it ripped that community apart. Homeschooling picker Kayla, she lives out there. I'm trying to fix this camera, Miss Bonnie. I'm sorry. She lives out there, and she did a drive-through, and y'all, the news just doesn't do it any. I need to look at this camera. The news just doesn't do it any justice. So the chat's over there. So I need to look here like this.
You'll get it figured out.
Oh my goodness, I'm trying. I felt so comfortable last night. I was downstairs in my desk, in my garage with all my stuff around me, and it was comfortable, but it's not, appropriate for this type of audience. I had a really, really good time last night. Now I'm fuzzy and grainy. Why does that happen?
I don't know.
Me either. Hello, 2003. What does that say? RANP, rant? 2003 RANP.
Uh-huh.
Not really sure. So what y'all do for Christmas, Miss Bonnie?
Well, my art trio and all them came over this morning and opened all their gifts and everything, and we just had fun sitting around. And then
Awesome.
they got here early, so they went home, took naps, and they come back over later and had a good time. They've informed me because the boys all each got metal detectors, so they're going to come look for treasures in my backyard. So it'll
That's so
probably
much
get
fun.
dug up.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna
Yeah,
love that. Yeah.
yeah,
Because you never know what you're gonna find. And every time you flip a rock and finding something, it propels you to want to flip more rocks, go find more.
yeah. They're gonna go to the lake tomorrow because the water's way down, and they know
Yes.
the where the lake is. The water, my son lost a wedding ring in there, and a few other. We know people have lost stuff in there, so they're gonna take the metal detectors
Absolutely.
and go through the lake bed and see what they can find.
Absolutely. And this is the time to do it during the wintertime when the water's low, or here, that's when the water goes slow.
Yeah,
Sometimes during the summer, mostly during
they're
the
all
wintertime.
excited.
Yes.
And
It's
Ruger
so
and
much
Rainer got
fun.
them they got them a new gun, and Royce got him a I don't know if he sells knives outside of this area, but his name's Bubba Cox. He's on on Facebook. But he makes his
Okay.
own knives and everything. And
Wow.
they had a knife made for Royce, so he's loving that one. Had to show me all about it and everything.
Oh, yes, my son. Oh, yeah. My son loves knives. Like, and it was my Aunt Donnie that got him started on them. So I dig
Yeah.
knives too.
He's got a
We,
couple that I gave him from Bill that, his pawpaw. But they had, like I said, that special one made from Bubba Cox. He does some really good ones, some nice ones.
I'll have to go check that out. Do you know how to drop his link in the chat?
No, and I'm on my phone, so it's kind of hard to do that. I just know it's under Bubba Cox on Facebook.
Okay. I'll check
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah, they've bought
Papa-
a few of them from him because my son-in-law, he's the president over the chapter of the Punishers here, the Motorcycle Club Punishers in this area.
Okay.
So they get a knife every year and raffle it off. They've got a raffle going right now for one of his knives and stuff. And then I know last year my oldest son had him make oh one of those gut knives, to gut the deer and all for my youngest son.
Yes.
And they are really nice. Just seeing the quality is really, really nice.
And it's something those kids will hang on to. My son's, I consider him a young man. Men really don't grow up until they're in their 30s, honestly. But he's a young man, and he understands how to hold one and how to take care of it, and all the knives that he's had. Now he makes them.
Yeah.
So it's really
Ron,
interesting how
Ron, I did see that, and I'm really, really sorry. There's been a few YouTubers passed this year, and it's just
several.
yeah. And I'm sorry. I heard that about. I seen Kathy say that about Billy.
It's happening all around us. All I know to say is to every second just soak it up and make it count.
Yeah.
Papa, will you pretty please come on up here and talk to us? I don't want you to be sad. We're right here. We're all experiencing it. Happens to all of us. We've all lost people we love with all our heart. We give our lives for. And it just soaks in around this time. I don't know why. It's just like almost ready to cry. It's just like, let's talk about something fun. Let's talk
Yeah.
about what's everybody doing for what's next week, Miss Bonnie? What's it called? New Year's.
New Year. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll probably all get together here and have us a big old meal and stuff like that and play games and bring in the new
That
year.
sounds amazing. What kind of games do y'all
Hmm.
play?
We do a lot of trivia and different things like that. And
Have you
those,
seen?
huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say those Cards Against Humanity. We play that
Oh
one a
my
lot.
goodness, my son plays those, girl. Them get dirty. Them
Yeah.
get dirty. Yes, he has a say in there. I was looking at him and I was like, oh my God, son, y'all play this? He's like, yeah, mom, it's fun. Okay. These
Yeah.
are
The
grown kids, so
combinations are quite interesting, I should
I
say.
bet. I bet. I'm just glad they're playing tabletop games because that's something I enjoy with my mama my whole life.
Yeah.
Especially dice and cards. Like folks talk about, all the like opening presents and everything. We didn't do that. We cooked and we would like play games from the time that we woke up in the morning until we were going to sleep. And it was the
Yeah.
best day because we had our all to ourselves all day long. No questions, no phone calls, no clients, nothing. Us. We got her all day. Really
You have a
special.
Joseph in the back room said, "Can I come in?"
Yes, yes, thank you. I'm sorry I'm not paying attention. Y'all are so good at this. Knock knock. I see
Knock
Merry
knock.
Christmas, Santa Claus. Knock knock. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you all?
I'm doing good. Did you
You
have a
asked me to
funny
come
day?
up, so I'm up here.
Well, I just will ask you a million questions. Just talk your ear off.
So how are you
Where's
today,
your
Bonnie?
puppy?
I listened. You sound like you had a busy day.
Oh, yeah. Whenever I have the R trio here, it's always kind of busy, but that's okay. I get
Yeah.
my hugs and everything, and they keep you going. It's been a full day. They left for a while, and I took a nap. Then they come back, and my my son-in-law Job come over, and he needed to vent to me because his his brother's in the nursing home, and so he got him out and took him to his family for Christmas, and he's got a lot of issues, and he started fights with Job, and Job's got a real bad temper, and he's trying to be a better person and everything, and he's doing really good. But his brother pushed his buttons, and he was all upset, and he's like, "I just need to come and vent to you. You always make me feel better." So I let him vent to me for a while, and he felt better, and they went back home next door, and he went to bed.
Well, that's
That's
good.
awesome.
And
You know the
we
house.
all do need to vent once in a while.
Yeah.
And how was your day, Tina?
My day has been full of blessings and love, and I'm so thankful. I had a really good time last night hanging out with y'all, and I cried some.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. I was so down, and and I just went over and got up because I needed to laugh and needed to cut up, and you know,
You
it
can't
helped
Yeah,
you
through.
can't stay down when you're around all of us.
Nope, impossible. Thank
impossible.
you very much.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It's bright and sunny out here, and I have a hard time finding the sunshine myself. So, just every day reach for that light. It's warm and it's bright.
Well, see, that was the thing. I mean, Billy and I we were on a chat the other night because he'd been coming in to a lot of all the different chats, and saying hi and stuff. And I think it was on the 7th we had talked, and it just blew me away because see, I
Mm.
lost my brother. I was 20 and he was 28, and he had an aneurysm, but he didn't know. He went out to dinner. Him and his wife. He come by my apartment. We were out, and it was right around Christmas time. And he left a note on my glass door. Said, came by to see you, bro. Talk to you tomorrow. Well, 3 o'clock that morning, I got a call, and he was in the hospital with all these severe back pains, and they couldn't figure out what it was. So they had him in the hospital for 3 days, and we talked on the phone the night before, and I mean, it was like the best talk we ever had as brothers. And that was something, Bonnie, you talking about brothers, because we were water and oil, but we
Yeah.
had the best talk that we had, and he gave me some advice about things and all. And I go to work the next morning, and I walk in, and everybody's just kind of looking at me. Now, at this time, my dad was in the Veterans Hospital having problems. And when everybody was looking at me with these looks, I thought, oh no, something happened to my dad. And the boss called me back, and I went in his office, and he said, have a seat. I need to tell you something. And I built my head up to tell me that it was, my dad. Something, my dad's gone or passed or what. And he said, your brother passed away this morning.
Mm.
And I couldn't believe it. And that's just, all that rushed back to me when
Yeah.
Kathy came in and said that last night.
Yeah.
So and I needed people around me, and needed to talk and cut up and have fun. It was important.
Well, Job's brother, he's got spina bifida, and um, he resents Job because they put him in the nurse. He was already in a nursing home, and that nursing home was going to kick him out because of all the issues he was, and problems he was causing. So Job and my daughter went and got him, and was going to try and take him, care of him at home and everything. And they just could not physically, mentally, emotionally do it. They tried. And after 2 weeks, it was just, because my daughter worked nights, and she couldn't, and my son-in-law worked days, and she wasn't getting any sleep, trying to make sure he wasn't doing what he was not supposed to be doing
Right.
during the day. And so they put him in the nursing home, which is, it's like just a few blocks away from us. So he could still go up there all the time and see him, and because where he was an hour away, and it was hard for him to get to see him. And his brother just resents him for doing that, and it just really causes a lot of problems. And Job was just, put it this way, he had to punch his brother today, and he felt bad about it, but his brother had him by his beard and he had a flower pot, was fixing to hit him upside the head with it, but that got interrupted, and he just felt bad about it. And I'm like, Job, you can't. You were protecting yourself. I was trying to get him calmed down, and he's like, man, I sure miss Bill, which was my husband. He said, we used to sit on the porch and talk about all kinds of stuff. I said, well, you
Yeah.
know, you can vent to me anytime. He said, I know, that's why I'm over here.
You're a good
And, and
listener.
and that's the thing. Him feeling bad. I know exactly how, because you do things that you have to do, but then you feel bad after, and you shouldn't. But
Yeah.
it's just automatic.
Right. And
So
his family finally, took his side in this stuff, because all along they hadn't taken his side, and they finally took his side in all this that happened. And I was like, well, see, that you needed that right there. They finally seen it and took your side. So that was a good thing for him.
yeah.
But he's all good
It's
now,
so
and
hard.
yeah. But he's good now, and he's probably sound asleep right now, because he drank quite a bit of whiskey.
We're gonna make him
That
sleep,
that
but
can be
he'll
a
be
good
good
thing. That can be a
tomorrow.
bad thing.
Yeah, yeah, folks. Yep, and it generally lights a fire before they burn out. So as long as he's in bed, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah, he's in bed. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
son
I
got
hope.
hurt by a girl, and he thought, because he was only 21, but he went and grabbed a bottle of my Jack, and he thought, wow, I'm upset. I'm going to drink this. Well, he drank the whole thing.
Oh, God.
Oh, alcohol
uh,
poisoning.
I just had to shake my head. I said, I can't believe you did it. But I said, you have no idea what you're going to feel like for the next 2
All right.
days. And he did. He did it on a Friday night, and he was still messed up come Monday morning. I said, you won't ever do that again, will you? He said, no. I won't. But we
Wow.
do things out of anger and out of,
Yes. Desperation for
yeah.
change.
And
I
sometimes
feel
they
like
gotta
a
learn
lot
the
of
hard way.
Yeah,
right,
and
but some of them
that's what
just
the
have
way
to
I look
learn
at it.
over
All
and
of
over
it's learning.
again.
You have to learn by your mistakes,
Your puppy.
My dog hears that. Where is he? Where is he?
My dog always watches when your guys' dogs are on. And the cats too.
Oh yeah,
He
when
loves it. And
cats
there's little
and other
goats
dogs
on
bark.
some of the channels.
I got a chocolate lab. His name's Max. He's 2 years old.
He's beautiful. This is Sarah's puppy. And he is a pit bull mix. And he's a red nose, and he's beautiful, and he's a big Velcro baby until something, butterflies, squirrels, neighbors, But around children, he's beautiful, but he doesn't dig females. I don't get it. So I have to keep him muzzled because he won't respond well.
Huh.
But my baby girl, she's full-blooded, red nose, just 65 pounds. That come lick your face. Her arm is her tongue is as long as my arm. And she just will love you and just hug you and snuggle. And she gets rough though. She doesn't mean to be. When you're 65 pounds, things just move.
Right.
Including Mama, Oh, but I was trying to get the ball, Mama. I didn't mean to throw you in the ground.
Well, Millie is in the bed with Haley. She's my Yorkie. And then Gus is back there with Zach. He's half Papillon and half something else. And then Kaiser, my Rottweiler, he's outside. He didn't want to stay in tonight, so he's outside probably.
It must be warm.
Walking.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's warm
I've
here.
got the air conditioner on today.
Me too.
Crazy.
It hit 75.
It got up to like 79 here.
It's crazy weather.
There's folks wearing shorts outside today, celebrating.
Yeah. And then next week they'll
does
probably be
that, though.
freezing.
Well, sure. We don't get our winter until like February. So
Yeah.
It hadn't even really started yet.
No. But come on, air conditioner on Christmas Day, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, unless you're in Florida.
Just pop the windows until it started getting muggy, and then I closed them on up and turned it on. Just, just be comfortable. You pay a lot of money to be in your house. Just be comfortable.
My.
Nazi Party, Adolf Hitler, and Ku Klux Klan, KKK, 666. I am disliking your videos. I'm really sorry. This kind of content is for everyone.
Robots, and they're all gone now. And then what I like to do is just put anything in the chat and just run it off the screen.
Yeah,
run it off the screen. Okay.
Yeah. So
what Rhonda did last night for subscribers only, she had it where only subscribers to the channel could chat in the chat.
Yeah, and that keeps them. Not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah, and it keeps those bots out.
How do you do that? We've picked up 7. Should I do that or should I leave it alone? I don't have very many subscribers. People are just checking it out.
I just put enough in the chat to get it up off the top of the screen so nobody sees it anymore. You can put anything in you want.
Hello, Coco.
Like Ron's doing.
I wish I had my emojis on this computer. Y'all be careful, Mama's tripod. Something's got you all tore up out there. Is it a cat? Y'all leave that kitty cat alone.
And then, and that way it's gone and you don't have to worry about it anymore. They were all hidden, so they're all banned from the channel. But that doesn't mean the other different ones will come back.
Right.
Yeah. My content. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of that, huh? I popped into one.
Oh, everybody's been getting them. They've been all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just like messing with people.
I feel like a lot of it's computer generated.
Some in it, but not all.
You're always going to have what they call trolls. I call them cicadas.
Cicadas. They come every 7 years.
There's so many of them, and they drive you crazy.
Right. They're super noisy too, like the squeaky wheel.
Yeah. Denise, did you have a good day?
Come on up here, Denise. Come chat with us. Fart Sack Jack, I got you too. I got enough spots up here. I think we can do, I don't know, I think you said 10 or something. Y'all come on up here. I'd love to hear your voices. Love to hear how your day was.
Are you paying for StreamYard?
Yes, sir. I had a problem and he didn't want me to delete that funeral that we went to, so he paid the price.
Well, then you
Yeah,
can have
well,
10
that
people.
you're unlimited, I think. You can have a whole bunch of people. I mean, the free one,
I'm
you
not
can only
sure.
have six people.
He said, I think he said 10. I'm not sure, y'all. And I'm also
Yeah.
running on Wi-Fi and I'm double dosing. I've got the StreamYard, the YouTube on the laptop as well as the phone. So,
Yeah,
there's the high rate
it'll
there.
pull your
And
Wi-Fi.
do what?
It'll pull on your Wi-Fi because StreamYard uses a lot. My phone gets hot and the battery, like, just if I don't have it plugged in, it'll go down to nothing real quick.
Yeah.
Right. That's interesting. I'll keep an eye on that because I didn't bring my cord up here. So I saw a bunch of people just coming on and saying Merry Christmas. And then I saw a
Yeah.
bunch of people making the food. And I saw a bunch of people doing the auctions, that was really cool. I'm glad everybody, because that's what they kind of see. I feel like the people, I've been looking at my analytics, and the most response we get is when we actually have a real auction. Gareth Morgan,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for
Hi, guys.
coming. Merry Christmas.
Hi, Garb Morgan.
Thank you. That's how you say that, Garv. Most excellent.
I mean, that's the way I
Welcome.
would
That's the
say
way I
it.
would say it. I may be wrong, but that's the way I say it.
Garv, I like it. I like it a lot. That StreamYard link is right there in the chat, y'all. Should I drop it again in the chat?
If you want to.
I do want to. I want Miss Denise to come up here. I'd like to meet her. And I'd like to anybody else farts at Jack. Psst, psst, Brian. Psst. Okay. Let's drop this in here. Paste. I have one of my veterans, a 76-year-old Navy veteran, and Mr. Jerry. And he has been watching, I popped that in the chat for y'all. He has been watching that, what is it called? Larry, LL Stash,
Yeah.
you know,
Larry
Yeah.
Stack.
and
Uh-huh.
and he catches them at like 4:30 in the morning because
Oh
Mr.
my
Larry comes
God.
on really, really early, and
Yes.
Mr. Jerry gets up really, really early, and they're about the same age. And Mr. Jerry's been selling on Amazon like super huge like business Amazon deal books,
Mhm.
for years and years and years. And now everybody's like retired and everybody's not really interested. They're ready to go be retired. And Mr. Jerry's not. Mr. Jerry is
Right.
on fire. He's in an auction. He digs it. He likes listing his stuff. He likes them little cha-chings,
Yeah.
however it is in Amazon. I don't sell in Amazon. I buy a little bit, but I don't sell. But I've seen his stuff. And it's pretty incredible. I've seen
Is it
some
I
others that
Amazon
do.
or
sell
eBay?
at FBA.
Yeah,
I do
it's
eBay.
probably eBay, isn't it?
I was going to
Yeah.
say
No,
eBay.
Mr. Jerry
No?
is Amazon. Yes, Mr. 76
Okay.
year old Jerry is Amazon. And I'm talking about
Wow.
huge, big,
He
big,
must have
big,
been
big time.
there back in the beginning, and he's a supplier for
The
them.
very beginning. Yes. And now
Okay.
everybody else is retired. The business is closed. He moves the business to his own property. And he's interested in this auction stuff. So if he sees, Mr. Larry and having response and having people, buy their stuff, it's just they talk about a confidence. And I don't, I, I'm not observing that problem. My problem comes when keeping up with what we're supposed to be doing versus just talking my y'all's head off,
Hi,
showing
Right.
Ashley.
products. That's
Hi,
easy.
Ashley.
Hi, Ashley Ratliff. But you're not blue. Do I have to do this every time, y'all? Okay, let's
No,
try
she's
again.
blue. She's
If they're
blue.
Is she blue?
subscribed to you, you don't have to do it every time. Now, if they come
Okay,
in and
if
not
they're
subscribed, they lose
subscribed.
it when they leave.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Have
let's do
Yeah.
you
this
have you
again, Miss Ashley. That's in that side. I'm in the wrong side. This is YouTube. Let me see. Ashley, down to the bottom. And got, hi, Miss Ashley. And so, no, it's showing, okay. It's showing what you said, and she's blue, but it's not blue in StreamYard.
No, it
Okay.
It
won't be
won't
in
be.
StreamYard.
Right.
Okay.
It won't be in
Bonnie
StreamYard.
knows her stuff.
Do
I
what?
don't know. I don't know all of it.
You
I'm just
do
going by
though,
what
Miss
I hear
Bonnie.
others
All of
say.
it. I don't think any of us know all of it, but you definitely know what you're talking about. There's 2 or 3 things that
I
you
think,
and I
Bonnie,
was
you're like
looking and
me.
researching. You
You kind of look
definitely
over
know.
people's shoulders and learn.
Did what, Ron?
You kind of look over people's shoulders and learn,
Well,
from
I
watching them.
listen. I listen and I pick up stuff from listening.
Yeah, that's the
And
best
you're
way to
in,
do it.
she's in the community. I see her all throughout the community, not just,
Oh, I know.
some of them were
I
here
love
and
Bonnie.
here.
Yeah, I'm all
Yeah.
over the place, and I'm over in my mini album tutorial. I got all that going on. I go over to the paper crafting stuff, so I'm not just in here. I'm in
I'm a
everywhere.
paper crafter. That's where I've seen you too. Yes. You're
Yeah,
all over the place like me. So I do everything from like sewing, leather crafts, all the way through working on cars. So I'm all over YouTube too. And like for years I didn't know anything about this, and I didn't use it in this way. I just watched and learned, and so much. Anything
yeah.
you want to learn is on YouTube.
Well, I started
Anything.
over here because my husband, we used to watch Storage Wars on TV all the time, and
Okay.
I was
I
kind of
did
missing
too.
them one night and decided, well, I'm just going to look on YouTube, for storage auctions and stuff. And a couple people that I don't watch them anymore came up, and I was watching them, and I seen, met some people through them and started following them. One being Robin from way, way back, and
Yep.
just bouncing around to the different auctions and stuff. And I just really started gelling and grooving with these people, and I've just stuck around.
I dig it. I feel at home.
Yeah.
I
They've
feel
all been, everybody's been
welcomed.
really nice.
Yes, very
I think
much.
it
There's several of them where I just feel
was
like I'm at
Denver.
home. Like they're showing me their stuff. Like I'm here and they're in my house showing me their stuff. That's what it feels like. And
Hmm.
that's what I want it to feel like for y'all.
And you'll get the hang of
I
it,
love do what?
You'll get the hang of it, and your
Yeah.
confidence will build. And once you know where all the buttons are and, everything, and then get you some good mods to help you out when you're doing auctions. Because you got to have a good
So here
moderator to help you.
I'm doing some research. Wes sent me some homework to do, and I've been doing it along with everything else. It's a lot. I didn't realize how much of a full-time job this would be in addition to what I already do.
Yeah.
Right.
So I am doing my research, but I would just love for y'all just to hold my hands. I really don't know anything. I'm not a bossy person. The number one main thing for me is this needs to be about my veterans. It doesn't need
Right.
to
Right.
be about Tina. It doesn't need to be about what Tina sells. It needs to be about my veterans. And I just feel like this will be a gateway for them to be able to sell from their house and make their money from their house.
Right.
Because
Well,
eBay, all the rest of the platforms, whether it's Amazon, eBay, any of them, they all pull extra money. And our original websites kind of morphed into things that help you sell on Amazon, on eBay, ways to content management systems, just ways to keep up with everything. And so now I think we can turn that into a gateway where they can have all their inventory, have all their customer information, have their platform where they can sell and not pay the fees. Because I know
right.
how to get around the platform. If I carry the platform of my own, all I'm paying for is a website domain and server access
Right.
versus all the things. But they have traffic. That's what my guys certainly don't understand yet. We have to funnel our own traffic. So I believe the auctions is a luminary into their stores,
And once you get
wherever
familiar
they
with the
choose.
auctions, you can have, spotlight one, or two a
Yes,
week or something, or have like a little marathon and have some of your veterans come on and sell their stuff.
Right. Just like they
that's
do
my
on, like,
goal.
yeah, when they did the marathon, where they you had some amount of time to show your products and do your auction, and then they just kept
Yeah,
rotating. You can do the same thing.
absolutely. That's what I want to do. And um, a more loose, because a lot of them do hospital visits. A lot of them have chemo. I can't lock them down to at 2:15. I need you to be on. We're not going to do that. So
Right.
because people, they get sick, they have bad days. So what we're going to do instead is like this open deal, and when they're ready, they'll pop on. And if they're not ready, that's cool. There is no, you got to be here at no certain time on no certain day. And that's what
Right.
I'm worried
Well,
about with the mods.
well, here's the thing I'll say about that. You need to, in order for you to get the following and the people to show up the way you want, you need to announce a premiere or an auction, and put the reminders in where people can hit the reminders. And that might be you and one other, okay? And then once you get that set, these ones that can't be there exactly the times, or due to their health or whatever, then they can just pop in on those, you know but you got
Okay.
to have something set in concrete so people say, okay, I hit that reminder, and when that pops up, okay, Tina's having an auction with so and so, and then you can have guests, special
Yeah.
people that
Right.
come in behind. Yep.
So me like carry like the whole of the all and then have them come on as guests.
Right.
Right.
If they can,
Yeah,
if
that's
they're
kind of what
well
I'm
enough to do
thinking.
it. Yep.
Yes, I'm thinking I'll run it by hand. We're not going to use that. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to run it by hand for a minute. You know what I mean? Um,
Right.
yes. And maybe all the way through and just get, I enjoy it when they do well. I enjoy it when I'm able to tell them how good they're doing. It's a personal guilty pleasure. And a lot of people view it differently, and it just makes me feel good to make somebody smile, and seeing these guys laugh and cut up and have fun and make friends. It just warms my heart, and I want
Right.
to do more of it. So I will
Yeah.
check out about the reminders. Do you have to be subscribed to get my reminders?
I think so. Don't they, don't you, Bonnie?
Um. Well, in order to see it, kind of like in their YouTube feed, um, yeah, they would need to be subscribed. But sometimes, the more consistent you are, and the more people that like and comment and stuff, it pushes it out there for others to see it. So then they can hit the remind and go and check it out and see if they like it or not, and then subscribe.
Is that a bell? Is that the bell, the reminders, the notifications?
No, you don't have to have the bell on. You can be subscribed, and then see that this is where you hear everybody talking about the algorithms.
Yeah.
Yes.
The important thing is to have them watch your videos all the way through, and
Yeah.
then hit the thumbs up and leave a comment. Those are the three basic things to get your stuff to follow them when they come on YouTube every day. Your reminders would come up, and and all that, because they're coming over and watching your videos, hitting thumbs up and leaving comments.
Right. And it pushes out for other people. It's kind of like suggest it to others to watch. Hey, this might be something you might want to watch, and so others who wouldn't normally watch might pick up and watch it.
And the
That
other
makes
thing
sense.
is when somebody, because of what YouTube's doing now, when they go over to the I'm trying to think of the name of it. I'm looking here. Subscribers list. Their subscribers list. It'll have
Yes.
across the banner up top live shows, continue watching, and all
Mm-hmm.
that. And if you hit the lives, all the lives that are taking place right then will pop up.
Right.
And you
We're
want to be
in the
in that.
search bar.
And that one I think does have to be subscription, right,
Yeah.
Bonnie?
Yeah.
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 You can
Because it'll
also put up in the
show.
live if you use a hashtag. So down in your description in the StreamYard, when you're adding your description, if you use hashtag live, hashtag auctions, you'll show up.
Okay, so that one I didn't know. I
I
didn't
didn't
know
know
that.
that. There's still stuff
That
I don't.
hashtag has a funny, it's got and the @ symbol in this YouTube
Yeah.
platform, the hashtag and the @ symbol both have hotkey access, so it links to something.
Okay. Well, they probably like when people do a search, it'll bring it up because there'll be
I'm
certain
not
times.
sure.
Well, I know that there's a lot of time. Probably if you put those hashtags in your description for your videos and stuff, when somebody does a search, bleh, it'll bring it up because I know um, especially like when I'm looking for a mini album and I'm wanting to find one. If they use the same kind of paper that I've got, I'll put the name of the paper in and it'll bring up all the tutorials for those. So yeah,
Okay.
that's if somebody's doing a search, it'll bring it up for them. So if you do
And
the
that,
Okay.
auction,
Excellent.
veteran, stuff like that, it'll bring it up.
Yep.
and see, the other thing I
And
noticed here this week, anybody that's doing giveaways, when they're, they put the hashtag in front of whatever number or whatever, that hashtag, no, I know what it was. They were giving away gifts and they would put in hashtag, phone. So everybody would type that in and that would enter them into their contest and I guess, point them out or, pick them out of the crowd by using hashtags. So I guess that's something they're starting
absolutely.
to do now is this hashtag stuff to identify you or, attach something to you.
Right. When you're in
Yeah.
your chat in YouTube, when you use the @ symbol, it'll highlight the user to the user and no one else. And so
Yeah.
you can take it a step further. And so when you're
Okay.
on that user's channel and when you're on Facebook and you click, you can attach their actual
Well,
business to
here's
their
the thing.
name.
And some people really get on me about this. I don't belong to anything except YouTube and Discord. I'm not on Facebook, TikTok, any of the other. I didn't want to. The only reason I was on YouTube is in 2018. I would go to YouTube to look up how to do things. Repair
Yeah,
this, fix that. Whatever. And just like Bonnie said, I saw storage lockers, and then I went and saw Jeremy and George. Then I met Robin, and the first chat I ever went into was Robin's. Okay, so
Yeah.
but I've never done any of these others because I wouldn't let my kids on it, back when they wanted, oh, can we go on Facebook? I said, nope, no Facebook. I heard too many bad things. So I
yeah.
don't know anything about Facebook or any of those others. I don't.
My kids didn't have Facebook till they were 18, and then they didn't want it. And Paul
Right.
has a Discord. Do you use it for computing or do you use it for gaming? Guys,
The
who's
Discord,
saying?
it was
Discord.
when I I went over and I say I go over. I came up on a train channel in Norway, and it was called Real Cowgirl, and I went in because I loved the chat. Nice people from around the world, and she put a
Okay.
camera in the windshield of the train, and all the beauty in Norway, the mountains, the waterfalls,
Mhm.
you know, she just let it run while she was, transporting people from bottom of
Yeah,
Norway
I
to the
watched
top.
one
So,
today. The Santa
right.
Claus train I was watching. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went in and became part of the chat, and she made me a moderator. And that's how, I learned everything about modding and all that. But in order to be a moderator on her channel, you had to be part of Discord. So I've never done it for gaming. It was strictly for her to run her, talk to her moderators and,
Kind of like a
you
back
know,
room.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anything about StreamYards. All her stuff was run through Stream Labs. She had games in her chat and all this. So, but this is
Right.
totally, the auctions are totally different than, what she had. But Discord has a lot of benefits, I think, for resellers, but they just don't know about it yet.
Right.
Meetings,
They don't use it. It's not a
right.
widely known platform, but it's
And
got all the server access.
your communities could come over to Discord and chat and talk, and you can play all the music you want over there without any copyright worries. Uh, I
Yep.
mean, it has a lot of nice
It
things that
definitely
you can
has
do with
good
it.
things, but what it doesn't have is the traffic. The people on YouTube rely on the traffic to pull people into their feed. Where
Right,
Discord, you know exactly who you want to be in your feed, so you invite them.
right. So if say on YouTube you have a community that, all the ones you really trust and like and part of the family and all that, that bring them over and let them be on your YouTube or your Discord server. And
Yep.
and they can go over there and do fun things, or they can have do whatever they want, play games or talk, or you can watch movies, you can watch Netflix on there. It's
Together,
crazy.
it's
Yeah,
like interactive TV.
yeah, yeah. It's like having all your family sitting in the living room watching a movie, or all sitting in there playing cards, or
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yep.
And that's what I like about it,
And
atmosphere.
the atmosphere is there because you can interact with them just the same, very same way. But what StreamYard came out, 6 months ago? And Discord's been out for years.
Right. And they realize, hey, this is not for gaming anymore. We can expand it into a lot more, things, businesses and all this to have
Yes,
meetings,
the
all that.
gamers get irritated with me, but we've been on Discord for years. We use it for computer generated code, a way to share on a tight server our
Oh,
ideas and build.
right.
And so the gamers are like, "Oh, I got a Discord." Well, honey, I've had a Discord for 8 years. What? Like, what? Are you a gamer? Okay, you're so cute. Bless your heart. You know what I mean?
Right. But the
It's just
thing,
fun.
because I had two companies and all, was you had think tanks, you had people throwing out ideas,
Yes,
and
you use those.
you don't
Yes,
know
I
every
used to gather
idea.
people for those. Be like, yeah,
Yeah,
I want your opinion. Tell
yeah,
me.
but they might say something. Oh my God, I never thought of that. You want to get people's opinions
Yes,
and advice and things.
absolutely. I like that. He calls me girl with vision. And so he built visionary concepts around. I can go in a room and just people just start talking to me, and you get me in the right room and people start, well, what do you think about this, and what do you think about that? And then I've got six of them looking at a machine going, you know what, I think we could do that. Like, that's possible.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
possible. We could take that robot and make it cut our notches for us. We could do that. That's possible. That's totally
right.
possible. You know what I mean? And then it's like being a dreamer or whatever, but you show them that their resources are right here, and it's possible. One of Paul's company's production possibilities, like it's possible. You just, how much time do you want to invest? You know,
Mm-hmm.
I got them dropping around me, and my kiddos are starting 30-year projects, you know, and I still want to be supportive, but I want to be like, baby, why don't you look at something off the shelf? You know what I mean? Like, let's
Mm-hmm.
start something that's most of the way there, and then you change it how you see fit.
See, and that's the thing, you know, like right now we're discussing all this, you know, on an open YouTube, and these are things that, you know, like the community of resellers or even the community of people that go to reselling, they, you know, they should be telling us, well, I wish, you know, I'd like for you to do this, or I think this would be a good idea if you did this, and listen to them as well as them listening to us, you know, because for them to be happy about the things they buy, how long it takes to get it, you know, the shipping, you know, whether shipping should be included or not, you know, and find out what everybody wants and then go with the majority, because then that should help you grow.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely. Listening to your customer base is imperative to keeping any business open.
well, I think Bonnie would agree with me on this. Bad news travels like far and wide. Good news only goes to a couple people. Word of mouth advertising or word of mouth, you know, I guess reviews or, oh, this channel's great. Go over and check it out. That's what's going to get you to grow the best.
Yeah. I've been trying really, really hard to make sure any videos I go watch now or any lives that I'm sitting in, auctions or anything, I always try to like it. I will not like it until it's over. That way I don't forget, but I'll like it and then I comment. And
Right.
that way I'm trying to help
Yes, I
them
try to
grow.
do that.
Yeah. I'm trying to make it a very conscious effort because it's too easy to jump from one to another without doing that. So, you know, I always wait to like it till the end, make my
Yep.
comment, move on to the next.
Because
I
believe it or
try like,
not, they don't get credit unless you go to the end.
Right.
I don't. Yeah, you know they. I just found that out here not long ago. Unless you watch the whole video, they don't get credit for a full view.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
And
sure
a
who
lot
told
of
you that.
them, well, that's
I'm
how
not
it
sure
does.
who told you that.
You have to
What?
watch the whole thing or they don't get credit.
Okay, so
But,
in your YouTube studio, you have analytics
uh
available
huh.
to you, and you can see exactly how far they watch.
Right.
It'll tell you average watch like per video. Like when you lose them, it'll tell you.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
So if
I've
they
I
seen
just
it
come
in
in
watch
and
your
watch
studio.
5 minutes and leave, then that's not,
Yeah,
you know, that's not what. That's what you know. They started doing the things that TikTok did with these shorts. Okay,
right. The
and the
yeah.
shorts
shorts. I
they
haven't
repeat
figured that. I haven't
themselves.
done that yet.
Well, see what cracks me up is they repeat themselves. So if somebody turns one on and they go to wash dishes or go to the restroom, go get a cup of coffee, that might play for 5 times and they get 5 full views.
Yeah.
Yep. So you know,
Does that help push you up? If you have more views, do more people get to see you at the top, like first page?
yeah, it helps that algorithm.
Yeah.
And that's why
Right.
that's if you go and look at some of the ones that's been around, like when the ones that Bonnie and I watched and stuff years ago, they're doing shorts now constantly because that's
Hmm.
helping them boost with YouTube and it's also helping their subscriber count.
I'm sure it's because they're monetized. I'm sure it has something to do with that.
Well, yeah,
Well,
that it all goes hand in hand.
they had to push and all to get built up to get monetized, and all the stuff that we're talking about is what helped build them up to get there.
And
Exactly.
that's why you have to have good mods because at the drop of a hat you can be demonetized.
Right.
If you
For
say the
uploading
wrong
a video
things,
with,
wrong subjects, let the wrong people in your chats, You know, you can be demonetized.
So what happens if you have a live and you have those issues and you just delete it?
When you say
You
delete it,
you delete the video. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
like, yeah, delete
You
it.
you just lose that video, and so you won't have any views on that video.
Got it. So you don't get monetized on that video. Well, that makes all the sense in the world, huh?
But if you, like you said, if you have good mods, you can avoid having those issues, and then you don't have to delete the video, and you can still get views and stuff on it.
right?
That's good.
Yeah. And I know I'm sure there's settings where you can have it where kids, you can put it as, because like Rhonda, when she has her after dark ooh ah crochet, the after dark ones, they have
Yeah,
it where it's a certain age thing and you have to click to continue. You can
I
set
like that.
you can set it up where they have to be a certain age to come in and click continue. So if they click that and they're not of the age, that's not on you. That's on them.
Right. You can't be held
That's the way
accountable.
I almost feel like I need to get that for my regular ones. That little girl caught me off guard. Like I go up to the school and, talk to the kids and everything. So I was not prepared for a 9-year-old in my chat. That knocked me down.
Yeah.
And
And
just like
and
you said, you wanted to talk to her mother because
Yes.
odds are they're using their parents' phone or computer, to even, get in to YouTube.
Oh, babies, I know what they're capable of. No doubt
Yep.
in my mind. They are so smart, so beautiful. I know what they're capable of.
Whoop.
No doubt in my mind.
Sorry.
They are so smart, so beautiful. I know what they're capable of.
Oh,
No doubt in my mind.
stop
They
that.
are so smart, so beautiful.
I make my kids. I've got 2 accounts on YouTube. This is the main one I use. My other one, I make them log in under that one when they watch YouTube, so I can go back and look at the history and see
Yeah,
what they've watched and done. Because Zach, I've got to watch because he'll go to some of these gaming stuff and start watching all those gaming things, and he just kind of gets mean when he watches those. So I have to limit him on those. And
yeah.
then
Mhm.
Haley, there's no telling what that girl will watch. So I have to really keep a thumb on her. So they have
Yep.
to log into mine, and that way I can look at history and stuff like that and say, nope, you either quit watching this or you're not watching YouTube.
It makes sense. I was so
And
strict with my babies, but I feel like it paid off. And then come talk to me about anything. Like John would come and ask me before, he went looking. And because he knew I was going to be in that account checking out that history, baby, what is this? You don't need to be watching this. You're not, ready in your beautiful little brain to be absorbing this type of information. And once the images are there, you can't take them away. And he's
Right?
an
yeah,
artist. So just the anime content that's out there and available is all the way through X-rated. And so,
Exactly.
as an artist, my son is an artist, and as an artist, for him to gravitate towards the human body is one thing, but what they're doing is just as important as how beautiful they look.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we just, steer the boat. We just steered the boat. But yeah, I was definitely the strict mom. I was the one that watched the history. Daddy had my back. We were strict.
Oh, I was a
well,
strict mama too, but the sad thing of it is that my 5 biological ones that I raised so different than these 2 that my grandkids that I adopted. And a lot of it, because I'm raising them the exact same way as I did the 5. It's society that's changed so much. It's just crazy. Because I'm just as
it's hard
strict
to
now,
keep up with.
if not stricter than I was before. Because there's so much that's gone on and stuff, and it's crazy. And Zach, you know, I love that boy to death. We got him at 2.5. He's a high functioning autistic. His social skills are so lacking, and he's always right, never wrong, yada yada. We have some issues and we argue, and I have to pick my battles. And oh, I bite my tongue so hard sometimes. But
Yep.
a few years back, we went through a phase that he was just mad at the world. It didn't matter what and I'm not physically able to do anything, and Bill's not here. It's just me. But I have my son-in-law next door that backs me up and comes when I need him and stuff. But he punched out my window on the front door and stuff, and I had to call the cops on him because it was just getting bad, throwing everything off the porch. And he went off for 7.5 months. He went off, and I told him when he got back, I said, you keep this up. When you turn 18, you will be out the door. Or if I have to call the cops when you're 18, you will be in jail. And he turned 18 in November. You could not ask for a better kid. He has listened to everything. We've not had any arguments. It's like, oh, I got to watch my P's and Q's now because I'll go to jail.
I promise you, girl.
Oh,
One of my
I
little
know
friends.
exactly what you're
Courtney,
talking about, Bonnie. I mean, I'm going through it now with, my kids. And, it's so hard because of, I didn't want to give them the electronics, but, my ex, she bought them tablets and phones and stuff. And they needed more of, I think the way you brought yours up, they needed more of the hands-on, outdoors and, real life, and
yeah.
not the electronics. The electronics is really, really messed up the kids, I feel. And I hate seeing it, because I've heard the horror stories. I even saw it when I was moderating on that channel, the predators that come in and prey on the women and the young kids. And, it's horrible and it's disgusting. And, and they don't know what they're doing. I had a girl I went to school with, her grandson was playing a game and she heard this guy talking to him, through the game.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, yeah, I'm going to medical school and everything. Have you went through puberty yet? And she says, why is this guy? And it was disgusting. And she took the game and ripped it out of the wall and said, you're not playing that no more. Not until you learn that you don't fall for that.
it's hard to not go to jail. Daddy has me a nice big fat bail fund set aside because Tina loses her mind when it comes to the kids.
Well, they had tablets like 3 years ago. Zach, I didn't have an issue with him. He did good with his. He finally, in one of his little fits of rage in his room, destroying it, broke his tablet. But Haley was sending pictures that she shouldn't have been sending, and we found out about it. And I thought I smashed it good enough. Apparently, I didn't smash it good enough because she pulled it out of the trash and started using it again. Well, my son-in-law took it outside, and it wound up in a million pieces. And she's not allowed any electronic device. And and now with everything that's been going on with the C word in school and stuff, they have their Chromebooks that the school has them using. Even though a lot of sites are blocked, they are not allowed out of this living room because they only need it for schoolwork. So they stay right here in this living room. I got cameras in my house, so I know if they take them out of here. And I have to monitor her on any kind of electronic device.
They're wild ponies, baby girl. They're just wild ponies. We just got to keep them killing themselves.
And some guys have given her phones, and I keep finding them, and I keep taking them away. And I'm like, Haley, if you get another phone, we're going to have a problem. Because it's not just going to be the phone that's going to be busted. You're going to be busted up, too.
And that it's going to lead to something really bad happening to her, and she's not going to realize it until, oh my gosh, look, the situation I'm in. Yeah.
Well, I told her, I said, these so-called boys that you're talking about could be a 40-year-old guy that's going to roll up in our yard one day. And what do you think he's going to do? they're going to take you, and we may never see you again. And I put the fear of God in her. Put the fear of
Yep,
Yep,
God
that's
that's
in
all
her butt.
you can do.
And there's a door
fine.
going out of her room, but it's padlocked, and the key is at my daughter's down the road. It's not even in this house, so she can't get out of it. And I have a camera in her room, so I get them. I get anytime there's movement or sound, I get a notification on my phone. So
I had teenagers
Isn't
too,
it? I
girl.
mean,
They more than once snuck out.
oh, go ahead.
More than once. Had the police show up at my front door and sent my girls with money for Christmas shopping. They decided to dabble in a little shoplifting. Yeah,
uh,
I left her there. Daddy went and picked her up, took her to the Waffle House. Yeah, I was livid. And then,
yeah,
yeah, we got millions of stories, girl. But that one that struck home was my little friend down the road couldn't get her son to go to school. And so I told her what to do. You pick up the phone and you call the police, because here in Rutherford County, if your children miss so many days of school, they're
the
considered
parent goes to court.
truants,
Yeah,
and
when
you
we
will
were
be picked
younger,
up.
we had truant officers that would come to the house.
They are considered
Right.
truant, and they will pick the adult up that's responsible for that child and take them to
Hmm.
jail.
Well, I don't have any problems with them going to school because she loves to go to school just so she can socialize.
Oh
But I
yeah, social
but
butterflies. I had two of them.
but what she fails to remember is I've already had 5 kids go through that school, so
I
I know
know.
every teacher by name and friends with
Oh
most of them.
no.
So I know every little thing that happens before she walks back in the
Yep,
door.
Yes, you get
you
little
got all
Tweety
the
birds all
moles.
day. Oh darn, that's hard too. That's like being the preacher's daughter. You always got eyeballs on you, but most of them end up fooling around before most of us do, just because it's so off limits and so wrong and gonna get in trouble. So they're just like drawn to it. I don't understand.
Hi, Lance.
Hello, Lance.
Lance,
Everybody's
the
just down
fly
there
fisherman.
chatting, listening to us jabber away. Join the conversation,
Yes.
people.
Merry Christmas. We're
Yeah,
just
if you
up here
want
chatting. You're more than welcome to use that StreamYard link at the top. Come on up here and tell us about your channel. Did you catch anything awesome today? Fishing's fun. I know our fishermen were having a great day. This heat, crazy, crazy.
Oh,
Normal, but still crazy.
I mean, when you got to turn your heat on one day and your air conditioner on the next, it just, crazy.
right.
It is.
It's
It
it's
is. Welcome to Tennessee. You burn and freeze all in 24 hours.
oh that's Arkansas.
Yep.
Is that where you're at, Bonnie, Arkansas?
Yeah, I'm in Southwest Arkansas.
Wow.
I'm like an hour from Texarkana, an hour from the Louisiana state line, an hour from the Oklahoma line, 2 hours to Little Rock, and 4 hours to Memphis. Yeah, well,
Well,
the
when you
way I
want to go
drive.
somewhere, you're not that far from anything.
No,
Exactly. Central upon central.
yeah, yeah. But we're in like a little bitty town. It's like 5,500 people, and so
Time zone are you on?
I like little bitty towns because that's how you find out all kinds of stuff before it ever
Oh
happens.
Lord.
Kaiser, go to
Yep.
bed. Go to bed. I guess they brought Kaiser in because he just came in here.
He's trying to say hi, Mama.
Yeah, he's
Merry
gone back there to
Christmas.
Zach's room.
Oh.
Yeah, he'll
Oh,
crawl
I
up to the
grew
bed.
up in a small town, and you had the party lines where everybody was on one phone. You
Yeah,
had to pick it up and listen to see if somebody was talking and wait for them to get done, and it was good times.
yep.
Yeah. Grew up in a tiny, tiny town. We bounced everywhere though. I lived in big, big towns and little itty bitty towns, far away towns and close by towns. People are just people.
I
There's good
lived
ones.
in Florida and went to the same school from the time of kindergarten all the way through senior, and That's how I had my kids. We moved up here to Arkansas because my husband grew up here, and most of his family's here. So we moved up here, and the kids went to kindergarten all the way through senior here. And that's I
Wow.
just that's how I would like it. Not it's too hard
Yeah,
on
that's
people
what we
having to
did for
move
my
to a new
kids.
school.
Yes, John went to the same system from kindergarten all the way through senior year. And that's, I wanted that so badly. And Paul provided that for me, that
Hmm.
security.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one thing, we had 1 through 6 and then 7 through 12. And then they put in the middle schools, which
Yeah.
sometimes I think it helped and sometimes I'm not sure, you know, because they still had the same problems when the kids went from the middle school to the high school, the transition, with the
Yeah.
older kids and everything.
Yeah. We got 4 here. We've got primary, elementary, junior high, and high school.
And they're all separate?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Me
Primary is
too.
K through 3rd, elementary 4th through 6th, junior high is 7th through 9th, and high school is 10th through 12th.
And you're in a little bitty town?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta come out from under the rock. 'Cause I thought there was 3. I thought it was divided in 3. Now it's divided in 4.
Well, now
It
other
just
places may be
depends.
3, but here we have 4.
Yeah.
It's just how we have it here. Um, but of course, 9th grade it's freshmen, but you're the big dogs on junior high,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Right.
so it works out and stuff. And usually we do
Papa,
pretty good at football, but this year we didn't do so hot.
we've got 2 pretty good teams right here, Smyrna and Laverne, and they go pretty far in the districts.
Hmm.
Papa, did you go to DoD schools?
Okay, I have to ask, what's DoD schools?
Department of Defense. When your parents are in the military, you go to DoD schools when you're growing up.
Oh, okay, I see. I didn't know that.
I think I lost Papa. It's fine.
Did you lose me?
Yes. Did you go to DoD schools?
No, I don't. I mean, my dad was in Korea and everything, but that was way before I was born. So
Okay.
he was out of the military by the time I came around.
Okay. Paul
My
was all
daddy.
over the world with his dad.
I was public school, elementary and then high school, only 2.
Right.
I mean, now I probably I knew some kids that were military because I have a lot of military bases around me, and that's probably what
Right.
they went to was DOD.
Yeah.
My daddy was in
Jim,
Korea too.
was he?
Mm-hmm.
My daddy served in Vietnam.
But he is
Yeah, my
gone
dad
now.
was a sergeant. I still got all his medals and everything.
Yeah, we have all daddy's stuff too. It's real special to Paul.
Yeah.
Daddy
Well, I hope
was a
everybody's.
baker.
Your daddy
What's
was
that?
a what?
He was a baker. He
A
did a lot
Oh,
of the
baker?
cooking. Yeah,
awesome.
I love
he
it.
loved it.
Now, my father, he is a, hunter, fisherman. They made their money with the, what is that, catering, Arrowhead Catering. Yeah, they're out there in Wyoming. It's Paul's daddy that I took care of. It's Paul's daddy that I had the connection with.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, his name was Donald Hancock, and he was in the Air Force for many, many years. And I had a special relationship with him. He loved my peanut butter cookies, and we made the best of some really bad times. And he was
My
always
Nanny
super.
was in the Air Force, and she was on Air Force One for a little while up there
Wow.
in Maryland. Yeah,
Yes.
she took us one time up there so we could see it all. It
Oh,
was pretty
wow.
neat.
What,
It
on
sounds
Andrews?
amazing.
Do what?
On Andrews Air Force Base?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Wow.
my offices and my companies were in Waldorf, right?
Well,
And I
this
went
was
on the base
after
all the
8th
time.
grade. This was the summer after 8th grade that we went up there because they took care of my sister and I for the summer because my mom had back surgery. So we stayed with them. And so she took us up there and all that good stuff. It was
Well, that
fun.
sounds amazing. Yes. And
Yeah.
allowed your mama to heal. What a
Yeah.
blessing.
And then they moved to Illinois. We moved with them.
Right?
Yeah.
We've split out all over God's creation. We're
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
We
I've
used to
got,
be
I,
tight.
yeah, I
and
remember the first time I left home and went out of state, and I thought it was like going to Hawaii or something.
Yep. It's
well, we
different.
used to go all the time up to Illinois because that's where my grandma and stuff was. And so every summer we would go to Illinois and see her and see all the aunts and stuff. And then
Yes, that's so special.
I moved from Florida to Arkansas in 92, and we've been here ever since.
92. I had my baby girl in 93. It feels like it was in a different world, like it happened to somebody else.
Yeah, I had my youngest in 92, Taylor. We moved here when she was 3 months old.
My
Wow.
first was Brittany, and my second was Kayla. But that was yours, mine, and ours deal.
Oh, all
But
mine
yeah,
were
I had
mine.
Kayla. Do what?
All mine were mine. We had and his. We have William, Dusty, Josh, Danielle, Amber, and Taylor.
Wowzer, girl. That's amazing.
The oldest is the Amber.
Your oldest is Amber. That's my well, second to the youngest is my Amber. Amber Dawn.
Yeah, I have an
Well,
Amber, Aaron, Junior, Ron Junior, and Riley. 2 girls, 2 boys.
I had three boys and then 3 girls, and my middle boy passed away. That was Dusty. His name was Dustin James, but we called him
I'm so
Dusty.
sorry.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Going.
It's okay. I'll see him again.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes, that's how I feel about Nate. I'm gonna see that baby again. I'm gonna hold him in my arms again.
Now the
Yes.
oldest, William, we call him Lee because he's the third. So, and when my father-in-law, they always called him William Lee, and my husband they called Bill or Billy. So we just decided to call Lee, and that way we would get them all, keep them all under control, and know where they were and who they were, basically.
So I got a Brittany, and then I've got a Kayla, and then I have a Jonathan Lee. And so the Jonathan and Kayla and Brittany they share the same blood, right? Jonathan and Brittany and Jonathan and Kayla.
Mm-hmm.
So last year, Jonathan found out that he has, another sister,
Yeah.
and they hit it off. Like the 2 older girls are 7 and 8 years older than Jonathan, but Mackenzie is like within like 10 months of Jonathan. And so he's got that sister that I always wanted him to have. That special connection that I have with my brother. They have
Yeah.
that. They call each other, they spend time with each other, it's special. I wanted him to have
Unfortunately, I'm not close to my brother and sister because my sister is, it's all about me. And it's just been, it's just always been about her. Could care less about anybody else. I'm going to do for me. I don't care. She had 2 sons, and she would do for her before she did for her sons. And I just, and I would do for my kids before I did for me. But that's just me.
Yeah.
right.
That's
We're
me
all
too.
different.
That's a father's job is, your kids,
Yeah.
do for them first.
And my brother is just, I don't know. We talk, we get along better than my sister and I do, but I'm not real close to them. It's always been And don't take me wrong, because I loved my mama, but she was very, very negative, and they're a lot like her. And I can't be around too much negativity because it brings me down, and I
Yep.
can't handle it. I have to look for
I
the
know when I walk
positive
away
in everything.
because I
Everything
won't
I look
fight.
for the positive.
Yeah.
I won't fight because I'm the one who gets hurt. I'm the one, not like physical fighting, but when you argue with somebody, it's me that gets hurt, and it's not worth my time or my energy, really.
Yeah.
So I just walk away from ugliness like that. I've got a sibling brother that I honestly don't know at all. We've just never lived in the same town. We never lived in the same world.
Yeah.
And then I have two sisters. They're actually my cousins. Yes, yeah, let's not do that on YouTube. Anyways, but I reconnected with them over the years. So we actually talk, again. Our family just it's shattered and spread across the land. And all of us kids just kind of just got drug around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Now
as
I
far
was
as like
daddy's
reunions
girl.
and all that stuff, they're trying to put it together now, but the connections aren't there, so the kids aren't coming.
Well, I was always close to my cousins because, going up to Illinois every summer, we would have, the family reunion and get together,
Yeah,
and they would come
we
down to
used to do
Florida and
stuff.
hang out with us and stuff because, you know, we lived like an hour from Tampa, so they got to go to Busch Gardens and Orlando to Walt Disney and stuff. So we were
Oh
like
yeah,
the middle place to hang out. So that worked out.
that's amazing, and you got to spend time with them in a different place, which is so cool.
Yeah.
I used to do that with my cousins. I would go and stay with them in the summertime and whatnot, and it was very special for a long time.
Yeah.
So did y'all eat yet? Has anybody eaten yet?
Oh, I ate hours ago.
Hours ago?
Yeah, we had our Christmas dinner yesterday because Taylor and Joe were going to his parents today. So we
Okay.
and we just heated up leftovers. We had ham and scalloped potatoes and baked macaroni and cheese and green beans and rolls. That was our dinner.
Yum.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
sure it
pretty
was high
darn
when
good.
I started supper. So
And
I
then
didn't
we
eat that
made,
much. I just had some meat and some eggs and stuff. I couldn't eat really until it came back down. So I'll have me some of the good stuff later. I can't wait on macaroni and cheese. That's my favorite, and
um,
I didn't have any earlier.
baked macaroni and cheese. I love it, and we only make it at Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I'm like, I should
Yes,
make
I
this
don't
more
make it a
often.
lot. I love it, but I can't have it, and Daddy doesn't like it, so I don't make it really.
Oh, I love it. And Royce, the oldest of the R trio, he loves it too. Now he didn't touch it yesterday because he ate so much of it at Thanksgiving that it made him sick. He had like 9 helpings of it, and he
Oh
was
my
sick the next
goodness!
day from it, so he wouldn't touch it yesterday because I think he
Yes,
was
that's
afraid
how I
he'd
feel
get
about it
sick.
though.
It was
I'd rather
fun.
have macaroni and cheese than pie. Like I'd rather have a big bowl of baked macaroni and cheese than a big fat slice of pie. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Well, we didn't have pie. We made a ton of magic bars, so we've got a lot of those.
Are those like with all the ingredients, the levels, the layers?
It's the graham crackers, and then you put your chocolate chips, butterscotch chips, coconut, walnuts, and sweetened condensed milk, and then bake it. Yep, magic bars. Really good.
Yum!
Zach started calling them diabetes bars.
I love them. Diabetes bars, no.
Yeah.
Tell Zach you don't get diabetes. Well, I guess some folks do, but I got it from not eating proper, not feeding my body what it needed, and having babies and not being nutritional.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess I've not had a problem with being very nutritional because we eat, and we cook. We do a
Yes,
lot of from scratch. We don't do a bunch of boxed and stuff, and
right.
we don't do canned vegetables. We only use frozen or fresh because that's
Yum.
we had to change a lot of our diet back when Bill had his heart attacks and stuff. So we changed that, and after he passed, we just continued doing it, and because it tastes better anyways. So we don't cook
Right.
with
And
salt and
fresh.
different things. Yeah. We watch sodium on a
Mama, how
bunch
did
of
you
stuff.
pass?
Huh?
When did you lose Bill?
Back in 2016.
Oh,
And you,
May. Hmm?
you're without your mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did
Yep.
not know that. I'm so sorry.
It's good. It's all good. It happened the way God wanted it to happen. We were
yeah.
in
Okay.
Dallas. He was supposed to be getting an LVAD, a mechanical pump in his heart.
Yes.
And we'd already done, like earlier in the year, we'd already had problems with uh his defibrillator started coming through his skin, and we had to have that removed and the wound vac and all, and they put a new one in. Pacemaker, well, it was a defibrillator pacemaker is what he had put back in. And so we were going through all the testing, making sure no infection, everything, making fine
I
tuning
do
for when
know.
we had the LVAD, because he was living on oxygen and a IV to keep his heart going. And they had to do an ablation because he had AFib, just the fine tuning, like they said before surgery. Well, when they did the ablation, his new pacemaker defibrillator was sitting in a pocket of infection that was not caught on any blood tests, on any TEE, no test whatsoever. It was never caught. And let me tell you, they tested him inside and out and never
Right.
found anything in it. When they did that, it went through his body and he became septic.
Yeah.
So if he would have had surgery, he would not have made it off the table. But the only ones that would have been there would have been me, his dad, his sister, and one of our kids. This way, all the kids got to go and see him. So it worked out
Right.
the way God wanted it to.
Right. That's good.
Yeah, yeah, and we. It's easier because him and I had to have the conversation for 30 some years. If anything ever happened and he had to be on machines, he didn't want that. So anybody getting married, that's one thing I always tell them: have that conversation, as regardless of how difficult, how hard it is. Have that conversation, because you
Right.
never know when you'll have to use it. So I already knew his wishes, so I respected his wishes, and
That's
so
what
we,
I did.
I told him what we wanted to do, and the doctors and all, and it took the infection took the LVAD off the table regardless, because it would have gotten infected.
Yep.
And so they, it was the only thing we could do. And he was okay with it, because Bill, he was, in and out of alertness. So he understood and he was okay. And
Right.
he donated his body to science.
My
So I
mama did
didn't have
too.
anything to worry about. And they could learn from it. And, he was cremated, and he's like, I don't want you to have to worry about that kind of expense or anything. So
Right.
he was thinking ahead on everything. That's just how Bill was.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. My mama, her wishes, and when it happened, the family was like, no, we have to try. And I was like, okay, we'll try. And I knew I was going against her wishes. And then when it was over and it was time, and I lost three of my aunts. They don't want to speak to me because I put my mama where she wanted to be. She wanted people to learn from her. She
Yeah.
wanted to go to this particular place and they were full. So I found a better place, the same situation in Michigan on the lake where she loved to be anyways. And
Yeah.
the family was in an uproar because the way that they do things there in the ice. It's what my mama wanted, and I'm not ashamed. I don't care. I don't care who I made upset. I followed through. She made it to where I knew what to do, and I followed through, even though nobody else was on board. It wasn't their choice. It was my mom's choice. And I hope that they will do the same for me when it
Well,
comes time.
you have to respect their wishes if that's what they want, and we'd already talked about it because he's like, now if for some reason 3 months down the line I can come off the machines and I'll be okay, then all right, keep me on them. But if there's no chance, then no, do not keep me on them. But he'd have gone through it with his mom before I ever met him. His mom was on machines for probably 3 years and couldn't move, couldn't speak, couldn't do anything. And he didn't want to burden anybody with the same thing that he'd gone through. And so, and like I said, we'd had that discussion all those years, and it was just something we'd always talked about and everything. And so, now, it wasn't the easiest thing to do, but you do what you have to do. And the way
Right.
I explain it, I'll put my hand out and I'm like, God's holding me in his hands. Some days he's holding me tight, and some days he's not so tight. I
Yeah.
still have those sucker punch moments, but I'm okay.
I'm so glad you're okay. I'm
You're
so glad
wonderful.
you're so positive about it. You're just a beam of light. And thank you
Yep.
for sharing your story.
Yep.
Well, if it will help somebody else, that's what we're to do.
For sure. Absolutely. I
That's
agree
how
with that.
I look at it. If I go through things, it's to help other people go through it.
I totally agree. I'm going to go and run and figure out what these dogs have cornered out here. So y'all don't go anywhere, but I'll be right back. Okay? I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, Bonnie, well, what you're saying brings back, my mom had, she had to talk with me because, my brother died, my dad died. She never remarried, never, she took care of my grandpa. My grandpa was 97. She took care of him until he passed. And, but she knew exactly what she wanted. And, she had it all written out and taken care of. And I just had to, do what she wanted after she
Right.
passed. So,
Yeah. Now, see, I lost Bill in May of 2016. Then I lost my mom October of 2017. And then that's another, reason I don't like negativity is I'd seen her do it several times because Daddy was in the hospital. So she wasn't getting attention. So, because I was running my butt off back and forth to the hospital, checking on Daddy, making sure everything was good, talking to doctors, because Mom couldn't really get out real good. So I was doing all the running, which I didn't mind it one bit. I
right.
would do
Because
it
you
in
were
a
daddy's
heartbeat.
girl, right? I think I heard you say you were daddy's girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'd seen herself be so negative that she would make herself sick and wind up in the hospital. And she, sure enough, while I was up at the hospital in Hot Springs with Daddy, I get a call saying, "Hey, I'm going to the hospital by ambulance." I'm like, "Why?" And sure enough, she went to the hospital, and she was the doctor called me and said, "Hey, I need you to come up here. We need to talk." So I talked to the doctor, and Mama hadn't been talked to yet. He talked to me first, and they'd found out she had lung cancer. So we go to the room to talk to her, and we're talking just like we're talking here. And it was on a Tuesday. I'll never forget it. It was on a Tuesday. And she says, "I want to see your dad." And I'm like, "Okay," because I'd only gotten him out of the hospital like a day or two before this conversation. And so he would, Daddy kept getting pneumonia because he had severe COPD. And that's why he was in. So I was trying to make sure he didn't overdo. And thank goodness they lived next door so I could, just run back and forth and do what I needed to
Yeah.
do. And so the next day I take Daddy up there, and she is incoherent. not talking to nobody. I mean, completely incoherent. And we sat there for a while, and I knew, Daddy was getting tired, and I brought him home, and Taylor was with me, my youngest, and we get the call, because some of my kids were still up there with her, and they call and said, "Hey, you might want to come back up here. They don't think it'll be much longer." I'm like, "Okay." And I'm thinking, should I take Daddy back up there or should I not? And I'm like, yeah, I need to take him back up there. So we load him back up in the truck, go back up there. We sat there for 2 hours. And Daddy, I could just tell it was just too much on him. Because, her not talking to him or anything like that. And he was just wore smooth out. And I was like, "Daddy, are you ready to go home?" He said, "Yeah, baby, I'm ready to go home." So we loaded him back up and took him home. And we just pulled into the driveway. And we're only like maybe 2 miles from the hospital. We'd pulled into the yard, and Lee, my oldest, called me and says, Grammy's gone. And as soon as we left, she passed.
Wow.
And I'm like, and that was negativity. I will say it day in and day out. It was from her being so negative. So
Yeah.
I can't do the negativity stuff. There's always something to be, thankful for in everything that happens, and anything you see or encounter. You just got to look for the positive in everything.
And I know exactly what you're saying, because that's pretty much my whole life was that way until the last 3 years, and I'm constantly fighting the negativity, and it drains you, it drives you crazy, because I could be totally by myself and not deal with none of it, but I have a 20-year-old daughter that I have here, and it's a constant everyday battle. And I have no support from nowhere, so it makes it really, really hard.
Yeah. And
So,
that's the thing with Zach and Haley. I have backups because my daughters and, my son-in-laws and my son, they help me out quite a bit with them. And Zach has been a handful. But like I said, since he's turned 18, which was just in November, it's a completely different boy, because he knows I mean business. If I say I'm going to call the cops, I'm going to call the cops. And it's not that I don't love him. It's just he's got to know that regardless of, what condition he has, he cannot be disruptive and destroy property and everything, and
right.
he's had to learn it the hard way. But hopefully he'll remember it and move on and be a better person in society. But it's hard when you don't have somebody there to help you. So I understand you.
Yeah, I mean that's the hardest part. And if I raise my and I hate even talking about it because it makes me look bad, because I wasn't raised this way. I didn't want to bring my kids up this way, but if I get upset about anything, my daughter it just goes totally off. And she's the last time that we had an argument, and it was me explaining to her why she needed to do the things she needed to do. She goes and calls the police, and they come here, and I'm sitting on the back deck, and I hear somebody yell my name. I said, "Yeah, what?" She said, "We got a call from your daughter." I said, "Okay." Now this is the third time. Now before that, it was my ex and her, and then one time it was my ex and her and my son. And I'm not allowed to raise my voice. I'm not allowed to get angry. And you can imagine how that would make you feel when you're not doing anything wrong. You're upset because they're not, uh, they have no empathy. They have no care. They, it's like you said, it's all about them and, nothing about me. So anyway, they come up and I said, yeah, we got into an argument and I raised my voice. She got all upset. But she said when she called, we thought that, I said, now, if you look on the records, you'll see that this has happened prior. And they just flat out told me, you need to have her, she has problem. She shouldn't be doing this. And you need to put her in a hospital or have her, whatever they call that, 3 day psych evaluation.
Right.
I can't do that to I know I need to do it, but I can't do it because it's my daughter. And
I'm
and I've
gonna
tried
tell you
numerous
this.
times to get her help.
It's the hardest thing you have to do, but sometimes you have to do it. My dad was schizophrenic, and I had to call one time because in all the years in my life, I had never seen my daddy raise his hand. He didn't hit my mom, but he raised his hand like he was going to. And I had to call the cops and have him Baker's acted, which is put him in the hospital, the mental hospital for the 72-hour stay.
Right.
And basically to get him back on his medicine and get it regulated because he was not taking it. It's the hardest thing you have to do, but as a parent or as somebody that loves somebody, it's something you have to do. Not just for you, but for them. It's gonna be pure hell, but you're doing what's best for her, which would in turn be what's best for you. And then she can get the help that she needs. And then you guys can get to a place where she's not calling the cops for you just explaining and telling her what she needs to do and getting her all mad and upset. And it's easier said than done, but I've had to do it, so I understand. And it'll hurt, but you have to keep remembering you're doing what's best for her. It's not about you. Sometimes you got to put how you feel out of the picture and realize, hey, this is what's best for her. Regardless of how bad it's going to kill me, I got to do it.
Right.
And, and to be honest, she may be mad at you for a little while, but then she'll realize, hey, he loves me. He's doing what I need, and he's helping me. And then you move on from there.
I agree with you 100%, Bonnie. I wish we weren't on YouTube talking about this. But I sometimes I try to analyze the way I feel and and try to understand. I tried to get her help through the proper channels by getting her enrolled in the programs they had over here called Empowering Minds and Thrive, and she just totally refused it. She wouldn't. They even came out and did, sit down and did an intake and everything for her, but then turned right around and said, "Oh, I don't remember talking to nobody or saying anything." Because she just didn't want to do it. And then now it would be a thing where I'd have to force her to do it to get the help she needs.
And with the cops saying what they said, you've got backup to do it.
No, I know, and that's what they said. They gave me their cards and said, if you have any problems, just call. But the thing, what I've been doing is avoidance since then.
But avoiding doesn't help. It doesn't help the situation, and it's just basically it's telling her, okay, I can just keep doing this, and he's just going to avoid it, and I can just keep doing it. It's allowing her to continue the behavior she's doing, and in the long run, it's killing you.
Yeah, it is.
Emotionally.
Because once this is done, then I'm 100% by myself. I have no family, no friends.
Oh, no. You take that on back there. You got friends. We may not be physically there by you, but we're here for you. You've got friends.
I know. I'm still trying to, get used to that. Not being able to go over to somebody's house and sit down and have a cup of coffee with them, and
You'll
We're
get to the
right
point where
here.
you're ready.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. Like I
Don't you
said,
be sorry. We have
you,
kids too, bud. They do this kind of stuff. This happens,
yeah.
you
And
know?
you'll get
It's-
to the point where you're ready and you'll do what you need to do. It's just it's you got to do it on your time and in your terms. Nobody can tell you when or how to do it. You know when and how. So you'll do what you need to do. But sometimes getting somebody else's perspective on it helps to see the picture clearer and see, I get a lot of help because Zach and Haley have been, well, Zach has been in mental health since he was 3. And because of the, the autism stuff, which we didn't know until he was 12, but he also has ADHD and he's bipolar and attachment disorder because when his sister came along, he was pushed aside. So, he's had a lot of issues that we've had to deal with through the years, and he's come a very long way. But Haley's been in mental health for a couple years, and their therapist talks to me all the time. If I need to vent, I call her and I'm like, hey, kids are doing this and this and this, and she helps me a lot. And with Haley, she's like, whatever she dishes out to you, dish right back to her. If she talks to you a certain way, you talk right back to her the same way, and she'll learn from that.
Right.
My goldfish is upside down because I fed it my panty crumbs. I'm literally tearing up.
But yeah, I was gonna say I'd beat that one.
What was that?
I don't
Oh,
know. They ask to get in chats like that. It's another troll.
yeah, right there, now I get upset because right there, I let my guard down and my emotions come out a little
Listen,
bit, and you have a troll like that come in, and do
they
that.
ain't bothering us, Papa. They ain't bothering us. What's bothering me is I can't put my arms around you and tell you I done been through the same thing, man. Felt like there was no answers, no help, no light, no nothing. And the truth of it is you just have to reach out. And it's scary and it's, yeah, I get my feelings hurt, yeah, I've shed a tear over some stupid words, coming up in a chat. But when it comes down to it, there's people like Miss Bonnie, there's people like me. They really, really do care. And we really, really have been there.
And
And
I
I
understand
promise
that.
you,
You guys don't understand, you
Hello, Frontier.
I think Bonnie understands how I feel right now.
Yeah, I understand, and it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Trust me, you'll be okay.
okay, let me tell
Yeah.
you a little story there, babe. My daughter, my one of my yours, mine, and ours. She's probably 12 years younger than me. Yeah, she has 4 of our grandbabies, and we were helping her with the money situation, thinking that we were helping and paying bills and helping to keep things for the grandbabies safe. And what we were doing is feeding a heroin addiction that went on for many, many years. And when it came to it, she came to us for help in her own way. And it was very shocking how it all went down. But within 24 hours, she had OD'd in my kitchen floor, and I had found her treatment in Kentucky, took her there, had her babies here with me. And within 72 hours, she decided that she wanted to skip town and be gone. And she stayed gone for quite some time. And so, like, what I'm trying to tell you is, my situation is different than yours. I'm thinking your children aren't as grown as mine. And I had grandbabies to protect and watch out for. So it's not about just them making their mistakes, but who's it affecting? Is it just affecting them? Is it affecting their children? Is it affecting you? Like, are you being mistreated because of this? And I'm thinking that is a yes. And
I don't
so,
think he's being mistreated. I think he's just emotionally exhausted.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, that
Yeah.
in the last 3 years, I had 27, and right now I'm having a hard time even talking because
Oh,
um,
I understand.
you
And we
know
don't have to talk more about it. We can just drop that conversation, just move on to the next, and let
yeah,
that little troll just move on out of here completely and not worry about them.
for sure.
I can
We're
move
real
on
people,
to the next.
folks. We got real problems. We got real families. All across America, folks are struggling within themselves, within their families. And the biggest advice that I can give is just, to self-care for one, so you keep your own brain together, and two, reach out to people that, understand, know what you're going through. We're out here. You don't have to be alone. That was interesting, though. I guess that's why they vet who they are before they put them on screen.
exactly. And I can't see who. I mean, I know who it is now because I went
What does
and
that
looked at.
mean? Were you able to see where that came from?
Well, I assume that. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna put Bonnie back on. Hold on, I lost her. I'm listening, Papa.
I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
Well, see,
It's
I
fine.
don't know I don't know anything. First I know about streamyards is what I've learned in the last week or so. Um, so I didn't know how you look at the chat, who that person was. I assumed that it was the one that asked you, "Can I come into chat?"
Yeah, all I saw was an M. How do you figure that out?
Well, I
You're
don't
in
know.
control of that. You have the power.
Okay,
Yeah.
all I saw was an M. It had a big M, and that's all it had. M is a name, and M was the icon.
Well, as a suggestion, if you hadn't seen them around or hadn't chatted with them, I wouldn't bring them up into StreamYard until you get to know them a little bit better. Just
Or
as a
you get an
precaution.
approval. You get an approval from Susanna, Bonnie, me, saying yes, we know this person and they're okay. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
Because it's not just yours. It's happened to. I know Robin had one night that come in there and was showing some private parts, and they had to
Oh
get
my
rid of that one.
goodness.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it's happened to others. It's not just you. It's happened to a lot of others. But we're trying to help you. We're trying to teach you and help you where you don't have those problems.
Thank you. Yeah, that won't happen again. Be like, that's why they asked me when you come up on the marathon, they're like, show your face,
right.
Well,
and so I'll show my face and then they'll put me on.
I don't. This is the reason I don't show my face. It's because I am usually on my phone. And I stay in my nightgown all the time because with the no elbow and the right arm, you would be surprised how hard it is to get dressed.
I absolutely know. I tore my shoulder about a year ago, dressing and brushing your hair and just the simplest of things.
Yeah, and now that my left shoulder's messed up, it's really hard. So I just stay in my nightgown and I'm sitting in my recliner, and the way I hold my phone, I just don't I just don't want everybody seeing me in my nightgown.
Baby girl, it's all right. It's all right. I appreciate your voice, your guidance, and I feel strength. So thank you.
Well, it's
And,
just
well, the only thing I was going to say with me, if I'm going to go on camera, just like in your case, I want, I want my hair to be combed and, not look like I've been sitting around the house all day, not caring, which,
yeah.
so.
I look at Hot Mess Express yesterday, y'all. We got in from putting that sawmill up. I didn't realize what I was wearing until I rewatched the video. And I
Oh,
have been wearing that t-shirt all day. I'm like, baby, I gotta change before I go online.
Well, I
I've
mean,
never been really.
we all have vanity. I mean, I remember my mom, no, don't take a picture of me. Don't take a, and you, if you get a picture taken, you want to look nice or look, presentable.
yeah.
Um, and here we are, we're in our houses. It's not like we're going out in public or to the restaurant
Right.
we're in our houses. And when we're in our houses, we're comfortable.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
I'm very
yeah.
comfortable. I'm in my blue jeans and I got my little favorite shirt on. I'm very comfortable.
Well, put it
Yeah.
this way: I get dressed one day a week when I have to go to physical therapy to get the dry needling done. But I
Oh,
have to
Yeah.
have somebody help me get dressed because of my arm and my shoulder. It's just I have dealt with pain for years with RA, but let
Yep.
me tell you, shoulder pain. Oh my goodness, it is the worst
yep.
I have ever had.
It's all
Ever.
connected. It's connected to everything. How
Oh,
you breathe, it's everywhere. I
and
didn't understand.
my rotator cuff is gone, and it feels like the last few days. It feels like it just the shoulder is falling out of socket, and I have to work it
Yep.
around, and it is just unbearable sometimes. And it's just like, oh
Have you
no.
tried those TENS units, Miss Bonnie? Have you tried a TENS unit?
And no, but when I go to dry needle and they put those needles in, and then I've had it done before, and it unbunches the muscle, but she puts the little electrodes to those needles and sends electric current through it,
That's what
Yeah.
I
and
use, but
it
no
it
needles.
really it helps. Like I
Yeah.
said, it unbunches all the muscles because the muscle is drawn real tight.
Yep.
But I'm my daughter gave me some medicine, and I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to get anybody in trouble because I'm not supposed to be taking it, but I'm taking it. But it's
Is it
helping the
working?
nerve. Yeah, it's
Yes.
helping the nerve stuff because it's the throbbing and the shooting down the arm and making my finger, it's making my hand a little numb, and it's
Yes,
Yep.
my fingers
helping.
are tingling. Yes,
Yeah.
like going numb. I couldn't pick things up with my fingers. My shoulder
So,
locked. Daddy put me in one of those slings trying to help, because I couldn't move my arm and my shoulder froze. And they wanted $18,000 to do an MRI. I'm like, where is this physical therapy? I'm like, let me look at YouTube, Daddy, before we go spending 18 grand on some kind of test that they're just going to tell me they want to do surgery and I'm not doing it. So let's just look into physical therapy and let's just figure it out. And it's been over a year and I can lift my arms now. I
yeah,
can thread my own hair. I can put my own clothes on, pull my own panties up. Girl, I know what you're talking about. Exactly.
yeah, and
That man dressed me for 6 months. He brushed
I
my hair.
don't think they can do surgery on my shoulder because basically what I would need right now is a complete replacement, and I've already had my elbow replaced, so there's
Right.
the metal
And
from the
that's scary
shoulder would
infection.
hit the metal from the elbow, and I don't think that would work. Now, I'm not a
Every
doctor.
time they did surgery on John, the biggest thing was infection, always.
Well, see, I've not had any problems with that. When they were doing my elbow, my right arm, the second time when I had the Mercer and they had to take everything out, they were wanting to send me home on a pick line, and I'm like, no, not doing that again
They
because I'd
sent
already had
John home
one.
on a pig.
And the doctor, the infection doctor, he's like, okay, if you can keep your numbers where they need to be, because they sent me home on strong, antibiotics by mouth. He says if your numbers stay where they need to be, we won't put a pick line in. But if they don't, then you'll have to come back and do it. And I was like, okay, I agree on that. Well, I do essential oils and I take On Guard, and I kept taking that, twice a day, and it helps build up your immune system. It helps knock out infection if you have an infection. And taking that the whole time, I never had to have a pick line that second time.
Wow, that's
So
awesome.
if ever I start feeling bad, I start taking that on guard, and it helps knock whatever's going on out.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
My son's cord would get infected. It was like every 3 months we would spend 11 days in Vanderbilt for some mysterious infection. And we did 8 years of chemo with him.
Mhm.
And that last chemo round, he got an infection and they pulled that port and they put a PICC line in. And I've been in there for a lot of surgeries, but that one for me was the scariest. And, Paul was right there and John was fine. I couldn't breathe. I was down at his feet bawling like a little baby. They had a needle as long as my arm going inside of him, inside and catheter in his little heart so that medicine could go in the right ventricle. And when I saw that red blood, Miss Bonnie, I almost hit the floor. Like, I'm okay when it's somebody else's blood, but that much, I almost lost it right there.
You
And
have
she's like, baby girl, that's what I'm looking for. That's the color I'm looking for right there. She got excited. She was happy. And I couldn't breathe.
you have Respected TV asking if they can join. Are you going to behave Respected?
Is that the one that just, I don't know. I don't know Respected TV. I'm not. Let me know a little bit about yourself. Tell me about your channel, because I just almost had an ugly spot on my feed, and we're just trying to be Christmas and, everybody gets to know everybody. So we're not just a bunch of little icons popping around. My name is Tina, and this is Miss Bonnie and Mr. Ron. What's your name? Let's start with your name, Respected TV, because I don't recognize your YouTube name. Pretty please. Yeah. For Christmas. New Year's. What's everybody doing for New Year's?
Well, we'll have everybody over, like I said, and playing games, and we're gonna have. Well, I won't be eating black eyed peas, but the kids will eat that because I don't do beans or peas or anything. But we'll have cabbage and that kind of stuff, all that stuff that you're supposed to have for New Year's.
Yes.
And that fun stuff. Lots of finger
I like
foods.
the games. And then Mama would always beat pans whenever the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 happened. She would get the pots and pans out, and we would be beating on them, making all kinds of crazy noises, running around the yard. It was good times. I did the same thing with my kids. They all think I'm just crazy.
Oh, they'll probably be outside shooting fireworks.
Probably. They do it all over our neighborhood.
Yeah, when Mama was alive, we would call her at midnight and tell her happy birthday because her birthday was New Year's Day. So that was something we always did, and she knew it. So she was always awake anyway. So all the years of working as a night nurse.
Yes, those night nurses. My heart goes out to those women.
Yeah, and even after you retire, you get in that groove.
Yes. It takes a special kind of human to be able to pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
Go home and not just obsessed about what's going on at the hospital 24/7.
Yeah. You still there, Ron?
Yeah, I'm just doing some searching.
Okay. All right.
Doing some searching, looking for something.
I'm in mod mode right now.
There you go.
Good mud.
There you go. That works. Yeah. What are you gonna do for New Year's?
Me? Saying, like I said, yeah, the last 2 years have been this time of year is really tough. So I'll just be sitting here and probably on YouTube with you all.
There you go.
I'm excited.
We'll ring in the new year together.
That
There you
sounds
go.
amazing. Maybe we'll do one of those what is it called? The one Rhonda did where it's only the members. And
Yeah.
that way we don't have to, mess with any of it and just everybody can have a good time and just pop in and pop out. And I'm taking y'all downstairs with me. I'm gonna get some coffee and
Okay.
yeah, I like hearing your voices. I feel really grateful that y'all have hung out with me today. And we got 7 people in our chat, which makes me really excited. And we gotta be quiet because Daddy's still sleeping. And he's gotta get up. He's
we don't
got
need
the
to do too
song
much.
start tomorrow. He's
He's-
so excited. He's like a new baby with a new toy.
Oh.
We're no match for the mighty chairs. The universe is doomed.
He's my sweet boy. He tries so hard. He works so hard. He's such a good man. I hope I get 65 years with him.
I
I'm
got
just gonna get-
1 month shy of 31 years married with Bill.
Baby, my heart breaks for you every time I think about that.
Oh, I'm good. I promise.
I know
I'm
you're
good.
good.
I'm good.
I just don't like that you sleep alone. I'm worried about that.
Oh no. I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
good. I painted my bedroom purple.
Purple. What
That's
kind
my
of purple?
favorite
Like a
color.
soft purple? Or like
It-
that deep?
It's a soft purple. The bottom half is gray, and then the top
Okay.
is like a light, like a lilac purple.
That sounds really pretty, like that. The block style or the one that melts into the others. They're good
Well, I have a
babies.
chair rail, so it's half and half. Just
I don't know if
basic
you
half
can
and
see
half.
that moon.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous out here.
I figured
You
nobody
see-
else is gonna be in the room. Paint it the color I want it.
That's right. We got, I don't know, the little neighbors across there. They got the little change in. Y'all, it's 70 degrees out here. It's weird.
Unbelievable.
Do what?
That's unbelievable. 70.
70. Yeah, it's Tennessee though. We always do this in the on the Christmas. It's always shorts weather. And then February, Papa, Lord have mercy, you better be prepared.
Oh, last year we weren't prepared. When Texas got all that, Arkansas got it too. It was a -12
It
here.
was crazy. I was watching YouTube and they were having problems just getting down to the store in Texas.
Yeah, we're not built for that stuff. I know some
We
people are
have,
used to it, but we're not built for it down here.
like in Wyoming, we're prepared all the time for that kind of weather because it moves in whether it's summer or winter, it doesn't matter. But here in Tennessee, we gotta be prepared for, the winter weather. Then there's the ice, which is
Yeah.
still a winter weather. And then there's like the tornadoes. And then you've got what is that one? They are the big rainstorms that happen,
Mm-hmm.
Let me see this like this. I have an icon too. I have an icon too. Okay.
And then, or the power went out too. It was only out for, part of a day. And all the kids come down here because, they have like central heat and air. And I've got gas heaters. So with the electric off, they had no heat. I still had heat. So we all bundled up in the living room and played games.
I love it. I remember playing games for hours with my mama in the floor. She would play card games and
Mhm.
she showed me how to play that one called Farkle. That's one of my favorites. Brother and I would spend hours and hours playing those games.
I've not played
Mhm.
Farkle. We do spades a lot.
Spades is
And-
fun.
Yeah,
Do you do
Um,
euchre?
Do what?
Euchre?
No, I've not really learned that one too good.
It's
I've
like a
learned
shortened spades.
I've learned hearts, canasta, and
You learned
spades.
canasta? You
Yeah.
need to teach me that one. I
Well,
bet my kiddos would love that one.
I played it online. I used to go.
Okay.
There used to be M Player. I don't know if you guys ever heard of M Player. You could chat like we're doing here, and you could play spades and stuff. And so we would go
Hmm.
in there and we would play our games, and we even had tournaments and stuff like that. And
Oh, wow.
we had like a spades leagues and different things. So it was fun.
That
It
is
just
so interesting because I'm thinking of games that we could play, in the chat and not like trivia games, more like card games or dice games. And each time, I don't even know how to equate what you can do on a tabletop with online. Like
yeah.
if we were playing Battle of the Sexes and we have boys, girls, we'd have the game in front of us. That's what the camera would be on. And
Mhm.
then but I played one game in somebody's chat. It was like trivia and it was fun because everybody was participating. That was fun.
Mhm. Is the chat going to interact with us, or are you guys just going to keep listening to it?
I'm only showing two, and I'm one of them. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
who. You're not watching the chat on a separate device, are you?
No, I'm just on my phone.
It's
Right.
me.
I
I've got
both.
my laptop is open.
Okay.
You have the
So I
chat
got my
open.
phone. The chat on the StreamYard is yes, and then in the back my YouTube
You
is
have the
but
YouTube
that wouldn't
chat
be
open.
open.
Yeah, so that would be me and you. Those are the two people in there right now.
Okay. All right.
So
It's just us.
Okay. I was
I
just
think,
checking because I don't like when they don't interact. I want them to interact.
Absolutely.
yeah,
I think you
well,
lost
if they're
everybody.
talking to each other in there, um, you know, yeah, that's good too.
Yeah.
But
And I
It,
try to
but
make sure I watch and not ignore the chat and stuff.
oh,
right.
for sure. I try to like check back, but it's never enough. I always forget somebody.
Well, see, tonight's the first night I realized how you can look at the StreamYard's chat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, I didn't know you could do that before. Um, so I see all the people that came in and said something now.
Yeah.
Like Garb and Ashley and Lance and Denise, Frontier Survivor, Denise, and then that Respect It TV came in and asked if they could come up. I didn't see Joseph Brinks or Benox. I don't know how that's pronounced. I didn't see when he came in. I don't think he came into the YouTube chat. He
No,
came
he was just straight into StreamYard.
right. He just tapped straight onto it and came in. Didn't say anything in the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
And that's another, flag comes up.
Yeah.
You came
Okay.
out of nowhere.
So is there a way I can see if my guys are attending? Like, how do I see without them speaking, without
They
them
have to
typing?
speak. They have to type
Okay.
before you know who they are. Because I lurk in a lot of chats sometimes. I just sit there. It depends on how I'm feeling. It some days I'm just hurting and I don't feel like doing a lot of typing. I just lurk and watch, and then if I
Right.
decide to type, I do, and sometimes I don't. But you got
I'm
to type
seeing
it
why
in
a
for
lot of
everybody to
them.
see.
Yeah, and if you're on a computer, unless like if you can go over and see participants, unless they said something on YouTube or in the YouTube chat, they don't come up on the participants list, and then
Right.
they fall off at I think 5 minutes.
You'll
See,
know how many in
I
there,
don't
but
have a
not
computer anymore.
typing.
Right. Well, I've got a couple of my guys just checking things out in the background,
Yeah.
and I've given them several of the channels where they can watch how they do things, and everybody does things their own way.
Right.
And all these guys, they're going to be wanting to do things their own way. And I want them to see, how they have options to do it however they want to do it.
Right.
The
When
viewers
you
is what I'm trying to focus on.
Oh, your puppies are barking again.
Girl, they've done got a mole back there. They've trapped a mole. And so that's like the most exciting thing. It's Christmas. It's a Christmas mole.
It's their Christmas present.
Yes. Oh my goodness. My big white one. Some duck must have had a bad day or something and got knocked out of the sky or something.
Uh-huh.
But somehow a duck got inside of my chain link, and my dog brought a black duck in my kitchen and
Oh,
had it
no.
there for me like a big fat present. Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
I'm like, what is this? And it's hilarious. They're so funny. The squirrels run the fence just to, annoy them. And the butterflies and all the birds, they know how to annoy them.
Yeah.
Oh, the squirrels, they're smart as a whip because they'll mess
Mm-hmm.
with Max. You know,
Yeah.
they'll come right up to the edge of the deck or on the handrail, and he'll get all upset and everything, and then they'll go up the tree and just sit there and stare at him like, ha ha.
Yeah, and throw stuff at them. Like go up the tree and throw stuff at them, like wiggle so stuff drops at them while they're barking. It's like, wow. And I've got this giant greenhouse out back. We do hydroponic growing, and it's not giant, it's little bitty. Think suburbs greenhouse.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And the cats get in there to be warm because it's warmer in there.
Oh
And
yeah.
the dogs just will not stop.
Oh, Kaiser don't bark at the cats. But we don't have a lot of squirrels right around the house because cats keep them away from the house because they will get them and catch them and kill
Oh,
them.
yeah. Yep.
And yeah, as long as they don't bring them in the house, we're all good because the cats have a.
They like bringing you they want a reward or they want to show you, hey, I'm a hunter,
Yeah,
and bring it to you and drop it
Yes.
at your feet.
yeah, and I hate it because springtime there's like a little burrow back at the back of Taylor's yard for the bunnies, and
Yep.
Rascal will get those baby bunnies and bring them
Mhm.
in. I'm like, Rascal, you need to quit doing this. I don't need any dead bunnies in the house.
It's so sad too when they bring them to you. They're just these tiny little dead little bodies.
Yeah,
And it's like, why did you do this? And they're like all sad. They're like, I didn't mean to kill it. I was just playing with it. You
and,
know,
well, they'll eat it though,
they
unless we take
eat
it
it.
from them.
Yes, every time I got a boat out back, and every time I get out there and weed eat and there's little critters, it's over.
Yeah, as long as they don't bring a snake back in the house again, it's all good. The
We
rest
have
of
the
them get and
snakes
get
here.
out, but don't bring a snake back in. One of
I
them
keep
brought
the
in a
yard real
baby dead
short.
snake. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've got them here. They're mostly garden though, nothing crazy, and
Oh
it's all
no,
just. We
we
got a
have
little creek
babies.
or runoff or something behind my house. It's always got water in it. There's little creek, animals, little
Yeah.
water dogs and crawfish, things like that. Little brim, little tiny, tiny stuff. And the snakes, they like that stuff. So they're back there. We just
Yeah.
wear boots.
Yeah. It's like, no,
Wear boots. Mama said, nope, no snakes for me. Listen, I had one of my neighbors come screaming out the front of their lawn. Is your husband home? Is your husband home? I'm like, honey, he's sleeping. What's going on? What's wrong? She's like, there's a snake. There's a snake. And I'm like, okay. Well, I went over there, and I had my little pole and no big deal. There's a snake, right? No big deal. So the problem was her chickens, right? The chickens were trying to peck the snake and she was freaking out. So I went and the snake had then got into her little pocketbook and I wasn't about to get it. So uh I got it to, move away from the chickens. I got it away from the chickens and in the pocketbook. And she's still, I mean, crying. This woman is crying, screaming. She's having a fit. And so here comes Paul. I guess he heard all the commotion, whatever. He picked up a shovel, and this is a big old egg eating, chicken snake, right? And he picked up a shovel, honey, and he chopped that snake's head right in two, right in front of that woman. And she like they had a cow. It was great. It was great.
Well, Denise, interact with us. We don't want to ignore you or anything. And I know we got to be boring somebody. Maybe not, but we might be.
Yeah, I went in. I saw 4 people now, and I said, "Hello, lurkers." And Denise pops in, and says, "I'm in the chat still," laughing.
That's awesome. I don't know how people just kind of like, I need to learn how to do that, especially in others, because I like bringing value to their pieces, especially if I know something about it, and then sometimes it's like somebody told me I talk too much. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. I think I do. I think that I will own that. And yes, I do. I talk too much.
I'm sure we all have our moments, and that's okay.
Bonnie's like, that's okay. Everybody's different.
We all have our talkative moments. There's times that my fingers get to flying in the chat, and I feel like, oh, I'm just a chatty Cathy in the chat here, and then I'll stop for a while, and then I'll start again.
I have so much fun. I spend all my days at home. Like I have a million things to do, but this has just brought a whole new rainbow to my life. Like I stopped having company. I stopped doing the big, holiday celebrations, all that stuff. And so this is brand new for me and having friends that I can just chit chat with and they understand what's going on. And it's just super cool. I feel really, really special.
2 of my really good, super good best friends I met online, and I've met them in person, and I've spent time with them. One lives up in Kansas City. I met her when we were playing spades. We call each other mon ami for my friend. And then while I was doing spades, we were chatting in the chats that, there's these internet radio stations and all. And this guy came in, one of them, Wild was his name, DJ Wild. And he had Mega Mix radio, and he's like, "You want to be a DJ?" And I'm like, "I can't do that." And he's like, "Yeah, you can." So I started doing the internet DJing stuff. And so I would start going, branching out in different, gaming sites and stuff. And I met Amy in a backgammon site because, we were doing like trivia with the radio station and everything and trying to get people to listen to it. And come to find out, she only lives 3 hours from me. She's over in Sherman, Texas. And that's, that's like an hour north of Dallas. So she's 3 hours from me. And me and her are like best friends. When Bill was in Dallas for that whole last month, we stayed in Dallas. We had a little apartment and everything. And she would come down every chance she got, or we'd go up there to see her. But, the last month we were in an apartment, but we were there a whole lot longer because I stayed in a hotel quite a bit while he was in the hospital. I'd either stay in the hotel or stay at her house, depending on weather and stuff. And because if it was raining, I wasn't driving on 75 because they are crazy drivers in Dallas.
Yep, California too.
And that whole first year after he passed, she was here at my house every month. She would come to my house for a weekend. But she
That's
was already
amazing,
she
friends.
already came to my house, like Labor Day weekend or Memorial Day weekend. She would come and spend the weekend and stuff like that, and everything. So it was an automatic, and she still comes, and she didn't come this last Memorial Day weekend because I had COVID. So
You
yeah,
had the COVID.
yeah, but
I've lost quite a few elders with that mess.
oh, I was good. I was good. But so she didn't come that weekend, but she's planning on coming a weekend, and yeah, we'll have fun when she does.
Yes.
She
My
likes
mama
coming
and
here
my
because
auntie,
she can relax, and we do a lot of front porch sitting when she's here, and
that's
you
what we
know,
would do. Everything would stop except what exactly, like all the stuff that had to be done, like food and dishes and stuff. But all the rest of it would just stop. And I would get to, my mama and my auntie, they would come and I got to enjoy them for the last, it was 5 years, Miss Bonnie. I know it was 5 years. Paul made it happen. He made things to where they were able to, and they would come and visit, and we would go and visit, and all that stopped when I lost them.
mhm,
We would go to North Carolina twice a year, Michigan twice a year. We moved them from North Carolina up to Michigan, and they needed to move to a smaller place, so we moved them again. We was up there 2-3 times a year, and all that. I lost them both within just a couple months of each
yeah,
other, and all that stopped. Like all that whole part of our life, that traveling part, it just went away.
yeah. Well, I don't. To be honest, I hadn't driven over a year because when I broke my hip, um,
Yeah,
August was a year, so it's been over a year, and my son-in-law, his truck is broke down, so he's been using my vehicle to get back and forth to work. And to be honest, I just don't think they want me driving because he's had my truck over a year. He could
yeah.
have fixed his already by now, probably 10 times.
Oh yeah, for
I think
sure.
they don't want me driving, but I can't really complain because they take me where I need to go, and they pick up my
Yep,
groceries, and if I want to go somewhere, they'll take me without any
yep.
complaints or anything like that. So
Yeah, and it's never a bother. That's what Daddy does. He'll take me.
yeah,
He'll ask me, baby, you want to go somewhere today? And I'll tell him what I need to do, and he'll cut time out of his day and make sure it happens. Like I have a vehicle out there, but I don't drive it. I'm scared to death I'm gonna hurt somebody after that last seizure. And
yeah,
like I'm not on any medicine. I know it was because my diabetes was too low. I know it's probably not going to happen again, but it scared me so bad that I'm gonna hurt somebody's baby that it's just
right.
not worth it to me.
And yeah, I can understand that. And I had a Yukon, so I was able to get into it halfway decent with my arm like it is, but to be honest, I don't even know if I could get in it now because the hip still gives me a little bit of trouble because they didn't let me. I wasn't allowed to put any weight on it for the first 3 months because of my
Wow.
RA. He didn't want me just to overdo it. And with, my feet are already fused, my knees replaced. He didn't, just give it as much time as possible to heal before I started putting weight on it. So
Then
my
you had to
rehab
learn how
took
to
a lot
re-walk.
longer than normal.
Yep. Denise Morgan, Merry Christmas. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us.
Good
I hope
night,
to see
Denise.
you
Have sweet
again.
dreams.
Come back and chat with us. Jump up on the panel sometime. We'd love to get to know you.
So one day
And
we'll see if
they're at
I
it
can get in
again.
my truck. I don't know.
Getting in the truck is an ordeal.
Right.
Half the time he just picks me up and throws me up in there,
Well, mine's not that high, but
like the van isn't high and like my car is super low, but I've not been in that one in a while. But the
yeah,
truck, like his truck, it's 1, 2, 3 steps up, and then you're in the cab. It
Oh,
takes some doing. So he just and like my sister's truck that she drives every day is like that, but his truck is a work truck. His regular is van, and I have no problems there.
yeah. Now Danielle has a Acadia and Kayla has a Traverse, and they're okay to get into. They're not they're not sitting up high.
Right.
So one day I might get rid of the Yukon and get something different. I don't know. I just
Grandma
hate
had
to
one
because
of
it's
those.
paid for.
Well, I know it's we paid for all of ours, and then we paid for the boys, and no, he paid for it himself. But with what I'm saying, like we paid it, but he paid it back by working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once it's all paid for, and we didn't have a car payment anymore, then it comes maintenance. You gotta
Yeah.
fix,
Yeah. You
which
gotta
is a
keep upkeep.
pain. Oh yeah,
And
parts are
and
getting harder.
I like not having a $400 car payment.
Yeah. As me
Yeah.
as
I
we
mean,
can get paid off and done, I'm like, yes, please. Let's just slide a little more over here. We'll do, just a little thinner on this side and get this one just knocked out and gone.
Yeah.
When Mama's funeral happened, I pulled a credit card, and I finally got that paid off last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're nice and everything for, all these online accounts and everything. But Mama taught me cash. And what doesn't happen with cash is credit, like your credit score and things.
Yeah.
So, like when I saved money and bought my first car, I paid cash. That's a terrible, terrible thing to do. It's better to get that, that payment. Oh my goodness, they're not going to stop. I'm going to turn this mic on for a second.
The only payment I got is my house payment, and it's not that high. I can handle it. It's like 247, 257. I don't know. It's no,
right.
it's not high dollar. 200 and some dollars a month. I can handle it.
That's
Right.
fantastic. Ours is
Yeah.
up there considerably, but the kids right now are paying $3,000 for some little trashy place. I'm just like, what?
It's
And
it's
they're like,
not
yeah, Mama.
it's not a grand, house, but I'm happy with my humble little home. And
Yes,
Mhm.
it's a happy home.
when I found it, they were wanting 30,000 for it, and it's got 2 city lots to it, and the land is more than what they were wanting for the house. And
Wowzer.
I told Bill because he was out on the road when I found it. I was like, but I'm not paying more than 25,000 because it needs some work done to it.
Right.
And so when I went to put an offer in, I offered them 20,000 for it, and they took it. I'm like, well, heck
Heck
yeah.
yeah.
So, and we've already redone the bathroom, and we had to repaint every room in this place.
I bet.
The living room was Barney purple. It was, oh my goodness, we had to paint it. Our room wasn't even painted, so we painted it. We did two-tone green, and that's why I said now it's grand purple because it's just me. We painted it the color
Right.
we liked. Haley's is now it was some god awful color. I don't even remember, but it's now gray and like a teal color. The kitchen, I can handle. The walls are like a brick red. I can handle that because I have roosters all in it. But the cabinet doors were navy blue glossy, and
Oh,
there was
wow.
at least 10 layers of that crap on there. So
Oh, yeah.
we stripped all the cabinet doors and all the fronts and everything and painted a
Not
pale
back down
yellow.
to the wood.
Yeah, and did a pale yellow, but I'm gonna eventually redo that one room. I've gotten, most of it all redone except for the kitchen. The last was the bathroom and the laundry room because we took out the tub and just put a walk-in shower to make it easier for me.
Yep, that's what I want to get for Paul. I want to get one of those ones that you can just barely, I think it's like a 0 something, and there's no lip. Like right
Mm,
now, all of ours have tubs on the bottom in the shower, so he has to come out. And
yeah,
he really likes baths. He works his body to the bone. And I want to get him one of those baths where you shut the door and it
yeah.
Yeah,
feels like
those are nice.
those look amazing. And I
I
want to
just,
get him one.
I just don't. I don't like a bath because I feel like I'm sitting in dirty water. I'd rather
Right,
have a shower.
right.
That's just how I've always felt. So, but I
I'm
do
not big
have a
on the
new
bath.
shower head to put in where it's got the hose and all. And
Yes,
Taylor was telling me about it. She said the power that comes out of that shower head is amazing. And
yes. It massages your body.
so mine came in yesterday,
Oh,
but
wow. Merry
they'll put it
Christmas.
they'll put it in probably tomorrow for me.
Heck yeah.
And
Awesome.
so we did the like I said, the bathroom and the laundry room. Um, one wall in the bathroom has got just like wood slats. We did like just boards across it. But what we did is we took a torch to it first, and then we did like a gray stain to it, a
Oh,
light
wow.
gray
That sounds
stain.
pretty.
That's the accent. And then I have corrugated tin on the ceiling.
See, that sounds really rustic and beautiful.
Yeah, that I like that stuff. And then when I do the kitchen, I'm going to do the tin in the ceiling there, and the flooring I got looks like just gray wood vinyl. It's the gray wood vinyl looking stuff. That'll go in the kitchen also because it's in the laundry room and the bathroom. And I'm not going to have cabinets in the top. I'm going to have open shelves with the pipe and wood
Yes.
shelves.
Utilitarian industrial. Yes.
And then the bottom, I'm going to have drawers where, instead of having to get down and reach for something in the back of the cabinet, I'm going to have drawers where you can pull them open.
Yep. Daddy put those extra strong rails in for me so I can put heavy stuff in my drawers down
Hmm.
low.
And then
That's how they're lifting.
I want the live edge wood countertops for my kitchen counters.
We make those, the big
Ah,
slabs.
cool. That's
Yeah.
what I want for my kitchen counters.
Yep. Yep. They're beautiful. There's a lot of upkeep to them. You just got to be careful especially when you're working with super hot stuff. They
Oh
will
yeah,
burn,
yeah,
and then they will stain just like anything. But if you keep that oil on them, you
yeah,
won't have any trouble.
yeah,
And they're absolutely beautiful, and they're wood. They bring warmth,
yeah. But I'll have the
and
same
durable.
I'll have the same shelving, in the kitchen that I already have it in my laundry room and in the bathroom with the pipe and the wood.
That'd be
So
so pretty.
it'll all match up.
Yes.
But
Continuity.
that's the last room to get redone, and then I'm gonna put a roof on the house. I want a metal roof. I want a tin metal roof on the house.
That's the last
And
one we put on our house. They're a little bit more expensive, but I feel like it was worth it.
in the long run, it'll be cheaper because they last longer.
And I feel like it keeps more of the heat off.
And then
We're
paint the
like,
house.
yeah, the paint the house part. The big one I'm looking at right now is flooring.
Yeah. Let's see. We just had to do the flooring in the laundry room and the bathroom because it had no flooring when we moved in. It was just the bare wood, like subfloor when we moved
Yeah,
in. Now the rest
it's
of the house is
ready.
hardwood floors,
Yep.
so we're good there.
I've got that parquet stuff. It's
But
all mismatched, different ones and everything, which is fine as long as it's in good condition. But
yeah,
the upstairs, all the years of the kids and the carpet, it's got to go.
I didn't want carpet, and I was so glad when we went in this because if there was carpet in this house, it would have been ripped out. but there
Oh
was
yeah.
none in here. And for 2 city lots, I could sell the back lot and pay off everything. But like I said, I only have the house payment, and that's it. So I'm good, except, like your utilities and that kind of stuff.
Well, sure, like everyday expenses.
Yeah. So I'm good.
That's
And
awesome.
it all
I
worked
hope
out.
you're set up to where you don't have to worry about things because I know your husband was worried about that.
Well, yeah, because we were moving into this house when he had his first heart attack, and we were paying rent of $550 a month. And then we moved in here, and my house payment was half of that. So no big
Yay.
deal.
That's
So,
a blessing.
God was working it out way before anything started really going bad.
Right. You just have
Yeah.
such an amazing attitude about it.
Well, it's just looking for the positives.
Always. I always try to search it out. I can't focus on the negative. I drop into holes too quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stay up and keep on the bright side. And I can't be around, you said that earlier, negative
Yeah.
people. I just can't. And so I don't. And now I get to choose, where for a long time I didn't feel like I had a choice.
Yeah.
Now it's my choice. It's my monkeys. It's my circus. You know what I mean? I get to make the
Yeah.
rules now. Not like, rules, but I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but
You get to pick
I
and
don't,
choose where you want to go.
that's right. And
Yeah.
who I want to spend time with, because I put a lot of time in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever felt like people suck energy from you?
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Mm-hmm.
happens.
But I don't
And I
let it.
try and try and try. And they still are like, they want more and more and more. And the more you give them, the more they want. But they don't
Yeah.
give back anything. And they don't try. They don't try to do
Yeah.
better. So after a while, you're just like, what do you say? I give up. I never say that. I'm like, when you're ready,
You just
you
learn to
find
move
me.
on.
Yep.
You learn to move on, and everything works out. Yeah. Are you
It's
still
gotta
making
be
coffee?
me.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped making coffee. And now I'm being quiet.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were making coffee still.
I made the coffee. I have it. It's hot. It's yummy. Do you drink coffee?
No, I don't.
No,
Uh-uh.
I
I
drink
heard the
coffee all
microwave on.
Yeah, that was my
Um,
microwave. I'd microwave it. It's terrible.
I don't like coffee.
No. What do you
You would
drink?
think my Diet Coke.
Diet Coke? That's
That's
great. Maya
that's
Judy
my
loves Diet
vice.
Coke.
But you would think I would like coffee because my mom and dad drank it from the time they got up till the time they went to bed. But I
That's me.
can't handle it. I love the smell of it, but I don't like the taste of it.
I just love the taste of it, and it never hurts my tummy. Where all the other things, I get a bellyache. It's unless water, water doesn't give me a bellyache, but
Right.
any of that bubbly stuff, any kind of juices or whatever, I get a bellyache, so I stay away from it.
Well, I have my Diet Coke and my tea, and that's about what I drink.
I had to give up my tea. I love tea, like unsweet tea with lemon. So
Oh,
good.
see, I can't do unsweet tea. It's got to be sweet tea, but I put spearmint in it.
Yum. I
Yeah.
grow spearmint.
Well, I use my oils.
I love it. Yeah, I grow spearmint and what is that? Chocolate mint grows on my property just wild. So you can smell it.
Oh.
Yes. It's flat. It doesn't get bushy at all. It's a flat, like almost like a what is that called? The one that covers the dirt to keep your soil. Anyways, It grows
Don't know.
super dense, and
Oh, okay.
it smells like chocolate mint when you step on it or squish the leaves. Basil grows here really well. Marjoram. What else have I had successfully? The spearmint. Parsley grows really well here. I can't get pepper to grow for some reason. My climate's not right. And then, just things like, tomatoes and cucumbers and jalapenos, bell peppers.
Mm-hmm.
My squash went crazy this year. I had like 200 crookneck squash, like little yellow squash.
Oh, I love yellow squash.
I do too, but it doesn't
No,
freeze worth anything. So I did chow
no.
chow. I just kept making chow chow.
Oh, I'd saute that stuff up and eat it and make a
Uh-huh.
meal out of just that.
I do. I do. When daddy's gone and stuff, I just have me some chow chow and I'm fine with it. Little peanut butter, a little bit of cereal. We don't eat right when our men are gone. We do not.
Oh, well, I did because, the kids, so we still did.
Yes.
But the life of a truck driver is not good. They don't eat right. They don't sleep right. They don't exercise. It's not
No.
good.
My brother Brian was a truck driver for years and he's lost his legs, the use of his legs.
Yeah.
Yep. So
What
that's
did
one of
you
the
do,
ones
Ron?
What's that?
What did you do?
I was in sales. I had the
Okay.
company, I had salespeople that worked for me. I mean, when I was younger, like we were talking about high school, I did farmers, FFA. I did machine shop. Uh, you know, in high school they taught you everything, home ec
Right.
and cooking, and the whole works. But I was a mechanic. I worked on a dairy farm. I drove farm equipment. I traveled up and down the eastern shore for Hanover Foods, picking green beans. And then I got into sales in 1983, and I just took off with it. It was like my calling. Um, I built my company on honesty and customer care and service, and I built it. But then in 2000, I was walking along, and my left leg gave out, and I fell. That was the start of it, and then it kept getting
Right.
worse. They said I had pinched nerves in my lower back, so I dealt with it for 8 years, and then I had surgery, and that's what
Make it
ended me.
work. Yeah.
And yeah, scar tissue and all this, and I had to give up my company and the whole works. And then 2018, my wife for 27 years just walked out. I guess
Mhm.
because of what happened to me, and you know I don't know. She never explained it. So anyway, and here I am.
Okay. I
So
deleted everything.
yeah, I
When
wore
I
a lot of.
graduated, and I graduated high school in '83, and then I started working at a engineering company. Was kind of like the girl Friday. I did run the errands and type up the plats and that kind of stuff. And then when I left that place, I worked at a bank for a while. And then I worked at a convenience store. And then I went to Walmart. I just left these jobs when I felt like it. But I worked at Walmart for 8 years. That was the longest. 4 down in Florida, 4 here in Arkansas. And then for a couple years, I was a mental health paraprofessional. Went around talking to kids in the schools and stuff, trying to help them out and all. And
Hmm.
then I worked at an auto mechanic shop in the office, and that was it. Now I've been on disability for a while.
Yep. I mean,
Okay, so I started with my mama in a newspaper. My mama always had her own business.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really, really long time before I even graduated high school. And then got some experience in some restaurants. They're basically the only people that would hire me. I was really young.
Mm-hmm.
So I did restaurants, and then I learned how to bartend. And that's how I fed my daughter and I for 18 years. And then I met Paul, and he showed me a different way. He had grandbabies that needed tending to, and my children needed tending to. And he's like, just you stay at home and take care of all that, and I'll take care of all the bills, all the financial stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
it took me about 5 years to really trust him enough to actually like give up my job where I wasn't making any money and totally dependent on someone else. And he's never let me down. He's always provided for us. And he showed me that men, really do exist. My whole life, I'd never really been around a real man. I'm sure I had teachers that, I saw something in, and my uncle, was an incredible man to his wife, and I noticed that, and things like that, but never to the extent that you were actually able to share your life with somebody instead of doing your own life and then trying to include somebody else in your life.
Yeah.
But I've been in sales my whole life, my whole life. It's just it's natural. She taught me how to just be natural with people.
Yeah, and that's sales is you got the bad side of it, and then you got the honest side of it.
Yeah.
And as long as you're good to your customers, and it don't matter, a customer can be like on here, somebody that comes to watch uh, your auctions and buy something from you, getting it out to them on time, making sure you explain it all before they get it. That's the key is, them being happy with whatever you're selling.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's really important, and they got to trust you enough to put their money on the line, and then expect
yeah,
incredible results.
because there's too much bad out there now. There's too many scammers, the scam calls we get every day, and so you got to show them there's still honest people, there's still good people left, that you can count on and trust to buy things from, or even even talk to, or
For
trust
sure.
your phone number, your address, anything with.
Yeah.
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 I've had all that stuff plastered all over online for years, just with the businesses. So I'm never really
Well,
worried about that part.
I have my phone number on Facebook only, but I have mine also set to friends only can see my information and stuff. I don't have it where, because the kids' mom, I don't want her going onto my page and stealing their pictures and putting them all over hers and stuff.
Right.
And
Right.
And that's
so,
one of the things I don't like about Facebook.
yeah. And I share, pictures with my friends and stuff because I have a bunch of friends on there from Florida and here and everything and family.
Right.
So I
Right.
share that, but I have it where only my friends can see that stuff. And so my phone number's on there mainly because of, the oils and stuff. That way, if anybody wants to call and find out
Do
any
you sell
information and stuff.
doTERRA?
Yeah, yeah,
Is it doTERRA?
yeah. I use doTERRA. Yep.
Yes, Gigi has doTERRA. She loves it.
Yeah. I've been to 2 of the conventions in Salt Lake City. Loved it.
Wow.
Loved it. But those oils have helped me so much. So,
Now,
so
do you
much.
Gigi
have
says the
got an
same
email
thing.
or something to get a hold of you to get those?
Do what?
Do you have like an email that you that you can get a hold of you to sell those or to get those?
Usually, what I do is I tell them, I have my ID number, and you go in there, and if you basically how doTERRA works, it's kind of like a Costco or Sam's Club membership. You go in there and you sign up, and you can either order a kit, which waives the, like the $35 enrollment fee, and you get your oils right away, or you can pay your enrollment fee and get all your oils that you want at membership cost instead of retail. And then
Okay.
when it comes time to renew, it's $35 to start out, but it's only $25 to renew. But then they turn around and send you a bottle of peppermint. So basically you're paying $5 to renew. You
Okay.
can't beat that. And then if they have like I'm going to say it wrong. Royalty rewards thing, or loyalty rewards thing that you do if you get oils every month. If you have an automatic order every month,
Right.
you'll get so much credit for it. It'll tell you when on each thing how much you'll get, but you get like
Okay.
points. And if you let those build up, like last year I had like $600 to spend on just free oils. I've got so many oils, it's not even funny, in my room. But
Right.
I use their shampoo and conditioner. I use their body wash. I use their mouthwash, their toothpaste, their dish detergent, their laundry detergent. I use all of it. We've
Okay.
changed a lot in our house. I use their On Guard cleaner. And before I did that, my dogs would chew on their paws really, really bad because, we were using the Swiffer stuff.
Right.
And they would chew on their pads of their feet really, really bad, the little ones. And when we switched to mopping the floors with the On Guard cleaner, they quit doing that.
That's
So,
interesting.
yeah. So, and I have a diffuser going every day. The kids have diffusers in their room. I take their deep blue capsules, turmeric, all that kind of stuff every day.
Yeah, I
And
use turmeric in my cooking. It's good
it
for you.
yeah, it helps with inflammation and different things like that. The deep blue helps a lot with with pain and stuff like that. It's helped with the shoulder, but it's not knocked it completely out.
Yeah, I'm looking for something for Paul's body, something that's got some essential oils that I can rub in and help him.
Yeah.
He used to jump out of airplanes, and he has the worst arthritis in his knees.
Yeah. Well, deep blue is good. They have the oil, the rub, and then the capsules. And the way I explain it, like the capsules is for your all over pain because it's you're taking it inside, so it's working through your
Internally,
body.
yeah.
And the rub and the oil is for localized. And if it's really bad, you put your oil on and then you layer the rub on top of it because the oil will go down deeper and then your rub will stay in there.
Well,
And
I'd like to try some of it. He was walking with a cane last week. It bothers him when the weather changes.
I love this stuff. I don't use perfumes anymore. I use there's certain rollers that I've gotten. One is beautiful. They have the Hope one. They sell their Hope roller and their rose lotion, and 100% of those proceeds goes for fighting human trafficking and stuff. That kind of stuff.
Yes.
They have people helping to stop all that, and the underground stuff. They work with that a lot. And 100% of
Trump
that
never
goes.
stopped.
Huh?
Trump, he didn't stop.
No.
He started this huge initiative to help stop that. And once he left office, he didn't stop. Like, it's still happening.
Well, yeah. And that kind of stuff needs to be stopped. But
Yeah.
I just absolutely love the oils. But you can go to the doTERRA.com site and you can find out a whole bunch. And if you click on each thing, it'll go in, it'll tell you what the benefits are and different things. And basically what I do is just, if they sign up under me, and even if they don't sign up under me, if they have questions or anything, I try to help them. And, if I don't know, I'm going to look it up because I got books galore in there on my oils
For
and
Right.
sure.
help, and stuff.
What did you call the blue one? You said one was under the cream and one was an oil.
Oh, the deep blue. It's just called deep blue.
Is that one the one for his knees?
Yeah, I would put deep blue on his knees. Yeah.
Okay, and you said you put one on the bottom and one on the top.
Well, you if it's really bad, you can layer it. Put your oil on first, and then put your rub on. Or
What'd you call the rub?
they have deep blue in oil, and then they have it in a rub form.
All right, I'm gonna check it
Like
out. And
a
what's your number where you get credit?
347-284.
347-284. I got it. I'm gonna check that out. Thank you.
But I
He
love
won't
my
take
oils.
pills. He won't take
Well,
any kind of pills.
I do the deep blue capsules and turmeric and that kind of stuff. Ruger is 6 and Rainer's 5, and they've never taken any kind of medicine by mouth. We do all oils. Anytime they've had a fever, we put peppermint on the back of their neck and it brings the fever down.
That's incredible.
Poor little Ruger. I have a heat press, like the Cricut heat press.
Right.
And I had it in my room and we were working on stuff and Haley didn't unplug it. And it was set on 400 degrees for what we were working on. And apparently one of the boys turned it on and
Burned.
Ruger's tops of his hands got burnt by it because one of the boys moved it and went to go put it on my bed and he had his hands there and it burned his hands. And we instantly put lavender on. I mean, he was screaming, which I don't blame him. I'd be screaming too. We put lavender all over his hands and he instantly quit crying and it never blistered or anything. And then we started putting, but it got like a little crusty the next day. So we started putting, they have Correct X is what it's called. It's kind of like antibiotic ointment, but it's got helichrysum in it. It's got lavender. It's got frankincense, and there's another one in it. And it's really good. And we would put that on his hands, and it healed up so good you can't hardly see the scars on his hands.
That's awesome.
Royce was out here riding his bike one day, and he fell off of it and hit a rock. And he come in with that, and head wounds bleed already like crazy. So I pulled out the helichrysum because you have to see if he needs stitches, and we put helichrysum on it, and it stopped the bleeding. So we could instantly stop the bleeding. And we took him up to the doctor and got his stitches in. And then we started putting Correct X on that. And he don't have a scar on his head where
that's awesome.
had to have the stitches. My son-in-law had his vasectomy done and was putting the Correct X on that. And he went back and they couldn't even tell where they had done the surgery at.
That's awesome. Wowzer.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not to feel good, so I'm going to go ahead and go.
Okay.
I love talking to you, Bonnie. I'd like to hear more about this because I got a lot, joints and edema things and stuff. I bet that some of this, what you're talking about, could help me.
What I'm gonna do, Ron, is I'm gonna put my number in the private chat up there.
Okay.
And if you have any questions, you can call and talk to me about it.
All right. Let me get that, and then can you take it back out, or
It's up in the private chat. It's just us that can see it. You, me, and Tina is the only ones that can see it.
Oh,
from the
okay.
back room.
Yeah. Do you see
Bonnie,
it?
I think we're
See,
friends
that's why
on
yeah,
Facebook.
I see it. I got it. That's why I was trying to figure out how that Joseph showed up there, but I didn't see Joseph in the.
Because he automatically hit that StreamYard link and went up there and never talked in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how he did that. I think we are friends on Facebook, Tina.
I believe we are.
Mm-hmm.
And Bonnie, you're not on Discord, right? But you are, Tina.
No, sir. Paul
Oh,
is.
oh,
No,
Paul is. Yeah.
I'm not on Discord. No.
Okay.
But you're on Discord.
I want to make the Facebook leap, but I don't. Every time I go to think about it, no, I don't want to do it.
I
I've been
used
on
to,
it for quite a while.
yeah, I've been on Facebook longer than YouTube, but I
Well,
Yeah.
use
hi,
Facebook.
Patrick Murphy. How are you
Patrick
tonight?
Murphy, Merry Christmas.
Hey, Patrick. Yeah, I got it, Bonnie.
Okay.
What's the best time to get a hold of you?
Anytime. I don't go anywhere.
Okay. All right.
Merry Christmas, Papa Ron.
Yeah, you go get some rest. I'm gonna have to get off of here soon too. I
Yeah,
didn't
I got
realize
it too. I got a sink full of dishes still, y'all.
I didn't
All right.
realize it was like almost 1:30.
It
I
absolutely is.
know
Can y'all
that's
believe we've been on here for over 3 hours?
it's 2:30 here. So,
Is
Oh,
it? It
oh,
is.
yeah,
It's
you need to get
1:30
some
here. I'm
rest.
Central.
You need to get some rest.
yeah, I
Merry
But
do.
Christmas,
All right.
y'all.
I hope
Thank
I've
you.
helped you some tonight.
Yes, very
That's
much so.
excellent. I know you
Except
helped
for that,
me.
except for that stupid troll.
Baby, don't let that worry about you. Don't even worry about that mess. It's
Yeah,
gone.
ignore those crazy people. Ignore them.
Yes, I'm just glad it wasn't a whole screen full of, oh my goodness, how do we get it off?
Yeah.
Well, it just, to me, it never fails. The second I let that shield down or that wall down a little bit, and get to talking, I keep forgetting that I'm on a public forum.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that's what upset me.
Yeah.
Let the guard down. But anyway, thank you so much, and I enjoyed it a great deal.
All right.
And
Well, you
I
guys
very
go
much
get some
enjoy
rest.
both your company.
yeah, we'll see each
Merry
other tomorrow
Christmas.
somewhere.
Yes,
Yep.
we're definitely going to see each other in the chat.
All
Y'all
right.
have a
All right.
great evening. All
All
right.
right.
Good
All
night,
right.
Patrick Murphy. Happy Christmas.
Bye,
Look at
everybody.
Bye, Bonnie. Merry Christmas, darling.